If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us. So we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
With 11 round trips per day, Bel Air Airport or Shuttle is the most convenient way to get to and from SeaTac. So next time you fly, ditch the stress of traffic and parking. Let Bel Air get you to the airport. Visit airporter.com to learn more.
Whether your next summer adventure is a night under the stars or a trip to catch a game, get in on the summer savings on a new Subaru at Kendall Subaru of Marysville. Get low 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Outback Premium, or lease an all-new redesigned all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Forester at just $359 per month for 36 months with $359 cash or trade equity to its signing. Your adventures are waiting, and so are the savings. Stop by Kendall Subaru of Marysville today. Kendall, let's start something great.
VIN number SH539527, model code SFBA1, MSRP of $32,162, $1,475 per $1,000 borrowed, zero down payment based on 10,000 miles per year with 15 cent fee per mile in excess. Lease in fee of $350. See lease posting at Kendall Subaru of Marysville or call 360-287-4860 for more details. $0 security deposit, all financing on approved credit. Prices listed do not include taxes, title, or license. A negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added to the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to price sales, see dealer for details. Offer expires 7/31/25.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, if you have not heard yet, heavy metal godfather and cultural icon Ozzy Osbourne died earlier today at the age of 76. Now, his death comes less than a month after reunited with Black Sabbath for his farewell performance and 6 years after he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Now, it is very, very difficult to overstate his outsized influence on music, pop culture, fashion, etc. I mean, just the sheer volume of his impact on the rock world alone, it will not be duplicated, period. So, while the man is gone, the ripple effects of his ascendancy, they're going to be felt for as long as rock music exists. Basically, if you play rock music, some part of you was indebted to Ozzy Osbourne for it. Now, that said, with very few exceptions, whatever it is that you do or enjoy doing, somebody somewhere got you into it. Whether it's a boss, a coach, an actor, a singer, whatever. I mean, hell, for me, I was 8 years old. I heard Dr. Demento on my ugly-ass plastic white AM radio, and in that moment, I knew how I would make my living. It was just that simple. I heard him. I said, that is what I want to do, and make no mistake, there have been a lot of people on the radio that are better than him, but nobody inspired me more or influenced me more than one of the strangest people probably on the face of this earth. And now here I am. But that's how I make my living. No questions about it. But that's just me. But all of us have somebody that we credit for getting us into something. Look, maybe you're working on that Camaro that you're never going to finish and it's sitting in your front yard because that's what you did with your dad. Or maybe you started doing it because, I don't know, you liked Dale Earnhardt back in the day. Who the hell knows? But something inspired you to do something that you continue to do to this day, just like Ozzy Osbourne did for about 98% of the people that play guitar and play rock music. So that's what today's question is. In honor of Ozzy, we want to know, work, hobby, or personal, who inspired you to do what you do?
To be a part of the Big Show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
With 11 round trips per day, Bel Air Airport or Shuttle is the most convenient way to get to and from SeaTac. So next time you fly, ditch the stress of traffic and parking. Let Bel Air get you to the airport. Visit airporter.com to learn more.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure. Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Most people would rather assemble a 300-piece cabinet than search for insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com.
So away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,358. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeats. Sit and spin today. 10 greatest Ozzy Osbourne tunes of all times. According to the fine folks at 99.9 KISW Rock in Seattle.
All right. I trust those people.
When we celebrated 50 years of the Rock, we used to do a 25 from 50 thing that we would do on the weekends, where we would either take a look at the playlist from 1977 at KISW or celebrate some of our bigger artists. We did a weekend tribute to Ozzy. And according to, basically our own Taryn Daly, we have the top 10 Ozzy Osbourne songs of all times. And she put together a pretty good list.
All right.
There was a couple songs on there. I thought maybe we should switch a few out, but I'm like, you know what? Taryn is the music authority
when
here.
you get to the 90s, I think that's where I might disagree with some of your picks, but overwhelmingly, I mean, you can't go wrong. We've been playing it all day today.
I know.
And it's amazing. When you've been doing music that long, and we maybe play 7 to 10 of those things on any regular rotation, but just hearing them today, and I own all of it, but I realize I have not listened to Ozzy's albums in a while, so you're hearing these songs that you know you like them, and I'm like, why don't I listen to this more?
The catalog is incredible. I'm just in there listening to Ryan's show today, and I'm like, wow, man, this is that's quite the body of work.
VD had it cranked up, and I opened up his door, and he's like, you got to crank it up, man.
And you forget what an unusual, unique, and awesome voice that Ozzy had.
Yeah.
Because when you think about metal and you think about rock, you got some guys up there where you consider them as far as their singing ability or whatever it is.
Plant, Ronnie James Dio.
Exactly. But you listen to Ozzy, it's just...
it's him.
It's Ozzy, and when he starts singing, you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. And obviously, Ryan Castle was lucky enough to go to England and catch that farewell show. Watching some footage of that today, and just the performances of a lot of the bands that went up there and covered his tunes, and then his performance at the end of the day, and was
he the final act that went up?
He was, yeah.
Okay,
and he finished with Sabbath and some solo stuff. I think he did 4 solo songs, did what he could do. I think that Sabbath initially wanted to play a few more with him, but ultimately he could only do so much, and he wanted to do both catalogs.
Yeah, of course.
So he wanted to do some of his own stuff. He wanted to do some of the stuff with Sabbath back in the day. But, look, when this was first announced, Castle basically had to talk his wife into doing this because it's spur of the moment.
Yep.
It's not a cheap flight.
It is not cheap.
It's not a quick turnaround.
Right. And there's no planning involved. Like, can I get a flight? Can I get a ticket? Can I get in there? And all those things. And he won that battle. So he got to go. But now, in retrospect, you think to yourself, that was the best thing. That if he did not go.
Yeah.
I told him earlier. I said, thank God you actually took up the opportunity and went.
Yeah.
His wife's going to take credit. Do you remember how nice I was? I let you go to that show.
That's right.
It's on me.
Yeah.
Take me out to dinner.
And then I think it's awesome now, a day like today, it's awesome they got that, he got that concert in.
Absolutely.
He did.
Yeah.
And, seemingly from everyone that, and look, the Daily Mix show, tomorrow morning at 7:20, they've got an interview with the drummer from Faith No More.
Mike Borden.
Yeah, and Mike was, he was a drummer for Ozzy, I guess, for a while.
10 years, yeah.
During his solo career.
Apparently that was his goal. So Mike Borden, he played with Faith No More. Faith No More hit it big for 2 seconds, right? Miggs and I are deep fans of them. But life goes on. He played with a few other artists. But he said, look, just one of my dreams as a drummer was playing Ozzy's band because he switches the musicians out every so often. It'd be cool to get that opportunity. And look, there's 8 million drummers to probably say the same thing. He's one of the few dudes that actually got the opportunity to play for a decade with Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
That's
and
huge.
We have been... by the way, that interview tomorrow is 7:20. One thing you need to know about that interview was that Steve reached out to him and said, hey, would you like to talk about the Ozzy tribute show and all that stuff? And the celebration of life that it was while he's still alive. Now, they're going to replay that tomorrow. But right when they hung up the phone with him is when the news broke that Ozzy had passed on. So it was a present tense. Ozzy's still here. This is what happened.
Correct.
But in real time, Ozzy had passed on.
Like by the time they said, thanks for calling, I think that's when the news came out that Ozzy died. And then Miggs, he kind of showed the text correspondence that he had with the drummer, Mike Borden. And it's one of those things, they'd finished the interview. So he's like, hey, thanks for coming on. Great talking to you. Mike Borden responds, hey, anytime, it was great talking to you too. 30 minutes later, he gets another text from Mike Borden. It just says, oh my God.
Yeah.
So that clearly, that was the moment he found out. That's such a weird thing, though.
And strangely enough, as you listen to FM radio, whatever you listen to, if you listen to country music, if you listen to hip hop, whatever you listen to, if you listen to rock, alternative, just know that when FM radio started out, okay, the idea of FM radio was most people did not listen to that. Most people did not have FM right away in their cars.
No.
It was a new format as far as how to listen to radio, and it was in stereo, and it was kind of like the evolution of like from a VHS to a DVD, or
exactly
clear, all the things, right? And when FM radio started, the artists that were being played are what we consider to be the iconic rock artists that we listen to today. So you never heard Jimi Hendrix on an AM radio station. Mm-hmm. You never heard of the band Black Sabbath. You hadn't heard of Led Zeppelin.
Isn't that the funny thing about FM radio, though, right?
But that was what FM radio was playing.
It was the Castaway stuff, because AM dominated, right? So they're like, okay, you can do this new FM technology if you want, but it would be the equivalent of giving you, like, straight-to-DVD movie releases. That's what the radio world thought it was doing, and instead, you handed FM radio a revolution.
You did,
right?
I mean, you were hearing Paranoid. You were hearing all these songs that had never been played on the radio before. And that's how FM radio started out. Mm-hmm. It started out with before KISW played rock music 55 years ago, or whatever the date is on it now. This was a classical station, and I'm not saying in the sense of like classical music. I'm talking about classic artists like Bing Crosby or Frank Sinatra, or it was that type of radio station. And the guy's like, F this, we're gonna rock.
Because this rock thing is starting to take off. The young people absolutely love it. The artists behind it, whether you like them or not, they're having a definitive influence on a generation of people. So let's jump in on this.
And Sabbath was that band. So, even at the beginning of just the entire, not even a format of it, but FM radio.
Right.
Was kind of launched based on this music, and it's been, It
was launched as a result of drugs. Let's just cut to the quick here.
Yeah, but you still heard
Sabbath basically is the blueprint of metal.
People say, look, there's Sabbath and there's Zeppelin as far as the DNA, and you can tell the different bands that are more heavily influenced by the other.
Right.
But it always seems to come down to they were the parents, and then are you on your mom's side, Led Zeppelin, or your dad's tree?
Yeah, but you also have, when you think of like a Led Zeppelin, you think of bands that kind of played within that pocket of music at the time. So the Stones, to some degree, bands like Thin Lizzy kind of had more of that feel.
Absolutely.
Where when you're talking about the Black Sabbaths of the world, then you get into what Deep Purple was doing, what Uriah Heep
Judas Priest
was doing.
But what's funny is Judas Priest started off more like a Led Zeppelin band. They used to wear like bell bottoms and flowery shirts, right? So just picture that on the Judas Priest we know. At some point in their career, they agreed as a band, said, man, we need to do something to kind of change our image because the music we're playing apparently does not match how we appear. And they said this kind of rang true with the audience, because they're dressed like Robert Plant was always dressed, but they played stuff that Judas Priest plays. People couldn't wrap their head around it. So Rob Halford took his buddies out to a shop that he frequented, and basically it was like the gay leather S&M biker shop. And they were like, this is cool stuff, right? I got a studded black leather vest. Where else are you going to find out? Seriously, man. So he took them to this gay biker shop. They bought all the scrap, hit the stage, and then that became the definitive look of metal.
Yeah. Yep.
It is
Think
wild.
about that.
Yeah. And at that point in time, you had Sex Pistols, Generation X were dressing like that. If you hear any music on this radio station, it's not that all the bands were influenced by Black Sabbath, but the majority of them were. And when you look and you read
somebody in the
interviews,
band was. So when they wrote songs, somebody let that influence come through.
And you talk to these guys, there's two glaring bands that stick out as far as it depends on age, but ultimately you got to Sabbath one way or the other. That's Kiss and that's Black Sabbath. And those two bands, I think, influenced more people to want to do that and play an instrument and be in a band.
Well, they made it
whether
look
you're
fun.
famous or not, just to hang out with your friends,
Yeah.
have a good time, make music, even if you're just playing what they're playing. Just trying to see if you can emulate or cover their songs or whatever it is. But you're never going to emulate Ozzy and his vocals.
No.
There's a reason.
Or his lifestyle.
There's no Ozzy Osbourne tribute band. There probably is. I've just never seen them come around, okay? In my lifetime. Yeah, you got a Sabbath band, but I've never seen, you got Max Sabbath.
Sure.
The guys who dress up like Ronald McDonald characters and play Black Sabbath tunes.
It's actually very funny and better than you think.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But just as far as, metal goes, whether it's a band like War or,
Right.
I mean, you name it, or White Lion, it doesn't matter. I mean, with that whole spectrum was influenced by Ozzy Osbourne and by Sabbath.
And the thing I like about him specifically, like I said, you can like him or not like him, but he's a true individual. And I think we can all agree, just in the last 20 years, it's mostly manufactured stuff. And you just kind of repeat the same, even with the songwriters now. They're like, look, this is how many beats a minute per song, right? But with that, you get personalities that reflect that. They're just a different version of someone who you already know. The thing I appreciated about Ozzy is just like, there's nobody like this guy, right? I mean, no, there's just not. And there's no pretense. He's not. It's funny, VD made a good point. He goes, part of the reason Ozzy got so big is because the people thought they hated him, the scared parents. They created this whole aura around him. He's like, I did not know I was the Prince of Darkness. I did not know that I was worshiping Satan. I did not know that I had all this authority. And then I'd read newspaper clips, and entire towns freaked out because of parents. And Ozzy was smart enough to say, I don't work that to my advantage. They're selling tickets for me, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he just lived his life, and he ended up becoming who he was because there's zero BS. And not an insult to most artists these days, but not a lot of that exists. I got my brand, I got my image, we got the social media thing, and I get it. But, you ain't going to get this again. This is a guy. No. Have social media. I don't know that he ever tweeted anything in his life. I'm sure somebody did it on his behalf. But none of that was of interest to dude. Just wanted to write songs to perform.
Right.
That was legit. And do drugs. And be left alone.
And when you're that original, you can do it.
Right. Because
I worry some of those people now, it's like you can't even show half their personality because it's like a formula, like you're saying.
It's a formula. And then also, one of the things me and VD talked about, with all the controversies that surrounded Ozzy Osbourne throughout his entire career, none of them were based on him, bashing people of different races or bashing you because you're gay. You got it because he bit the head off of a bat, right? And to me, that's such a different thing to be outraged about. Yeah, you could be mad about it. Not that he did it intentionally, quite on purpose, but in the end, doesn't matter.
Every single person that ever met, talked to Ozzy in their lifetime, they were forever changed by that experience. Just based on the fact that they got a chance to meet him, talk to him, just tell him how much of an influence he was. And anytime Ozzy is brought up, it's never anything other than what an awesome experience it was to be in his presence, to talk to him. Funny guy, witty as hell, has stories to tell.
Yes, he does.
And we were fortunate enough to have him here on our show twice.
Can we even find those?
No, we can't.
They've been lost to.
Yeah,
whatever.
I tried, man. I was scouring the internet, seeing but it was all before 2010. Of course, we've had Zach Wilde in here talking about Ozzy. We've had a number of different, connections around him, but we did get a chance to talk to him twice. And, when you go back and people ask you, what are some of the cooler things that have happened to you in your radio career? That's always one of them. The time that Ice Cube came in for Ted.
Yeah.
There's a handful of things.
Ozzy Osbourne's the only autograph I have ever asked for in the studio.
And understand, it's a professional cool you're supposed to have. It's dude, but it's Ozzy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I got it for a guy my mom worked with for years. He framed it, hung it up.
Yep.
It was his most prized possession. Yeah. And Ozzy couldn't have been nicer. And sure, I'll sign it. I don't know.
He loved his fans. That is the truth.
And today on the question, just as far as what has inspired you in your lifetime, whether that was something personal as far as a parent or a grandparent or a friend, if you have a hobby that you are into, who was that person that inspired you to want to pick that up and do that? Or, maybe it's just your job and, you said, hey, man, I want to do what he does.
Exactly.
Because that's something I'd like to do. So our question, work, hobby, or personal, who inspired you to do what you want to do? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This is a real review from an airport or shuttle passenger.
I like taking the airporter down to Seattle. It makes the whole trip way less stressful. Comfortable buses, convenient pickup locations, and fair prices.
See for yourself why our passengers love Bel Air Airport or Shuttle. Visit airporter.com to book your trip today.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Game day or any day, your fit says it all. Hit up MLBshop.com for the latest jerseys, caps, hoodies, and accessories to keep you in the game all year long. Rep your team, rep your city, rep yourself. Gear up and game on at MLBshop.com, the official online shop of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademark used with permission.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Okay, we weren't able to dig up any of the interviews based on the fact that from the time that we interviewed Ozzy, the station has moved locations.
All the
technology has changed, all those different things. But I did find this. So at least we know what we were talking about. Ozzy Osbourne was, this is from blabbermouth.net. Ozzy Osbourne interviewed with the men's room on KISW in Seattle.
Wait, Blabbermouth has this?
They have the article about the interview, but they don't have the link to the interview.
It'd be cool if we had the link to the interview, but Blabbermouth, thank you.
Well, they don't have the link.
I know.
The link doesn't work on theirs because it's too far back, because it was October 17, 2007.
Damn.
So this was the first time we got a chance to have Ozzy in studio. So let's listen to the 23-minute chat at this location. So he honestly, and here was a weird thing that I remember, very vividly about this. Now, typically, depending on the artist, all right, you're going to say, look, you're going to go on at 4:30. And when you get here, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Coming up next, whoever. Right. Ozzy Osbourne. This was not the case.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the air just doing the show. We know he's going to show up at some point in time.
And again, you have a scheduled time.
Right. But Ozzy's like 10 minutes early, whatever the deal is. He just walks in and sits down.
Yeah. Throw on headphones.
We don't get a chance to introduce ourselves, tell him our names, nothing. He just comes in and sits down.
It was a little weird.
And
imagine like watching a late night TV show, right? Jimmy Fallon, tonight we have the Ted Smith on. Yeah. And as he's doing the monologue, Ted just rolls out and takes a seat on the sofa.
Sits ready to rock.
Yep. And Ted's going to start talking.
So we're like, holy, but you're looking at him like, that's Ozzy Osbourne. And he's just sitting down. He's getting his stuff. We're trying to get him a water or whatever.
Or tea, I believe it was.
I don't know what the hell was going on, but it was just so weird. Anyway, it says, as previously reported, and this is back from 2007.
And by the way, Ozzy does not have regard for FCC regulations.
No F's to give.
No, Ben had his finger on the button the entire time.
That was me.
That was you.
It was
That's right.
frightening.
That's right. It was you.
Because he's just talking, but he keeps cursing. And then talking about the medications and certain body parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that was.
I mean, seriously, at one point I was like, we're going to run out. We're going to run out of dump.
We're going to run out of
dump.
dump.
Mike, you can see it. Like, it's Ozzy Osbourne. It's like, I'm not going to stop the interview, but I don't know what to do if he keeps cussing.
Sure. So I guess at this point in time, Ozzy had announced that he was donating all of his profits from the a show in L.A. to the Sharon Osbourne colon cancer program, as she had been battling colon cancer at that point in time. So that was at the Staples Center. They work with Cedar Sinai. So he was on to talk about that. And he was also getting ready to kick off his 40-date tour, which kicked off October the 18th here in Seattle. So the next day, he was starting that 40-day tour.
Yeah.
So we got to talk to him even before he hit the road. And then he headlined his annual Ozfest as well. And at that point in time, it said he was touring in support of Black Rain, which was released earlier that year. And that was his first new album since 2001.
Yep.
So that was the first time that we got a chance to talk to Ozzy. And if you haven't heard the news, he passed on this morning at the age of 76.
You know, we've had the privilege of being able to interview the guy, but two things I remember specifically long before I ever had the chance to meet him, long before I'm an adult. The first band I heard was KISS, right? So I had, at this time, my parents had bought me a record player. I had a total of 4 KISS records, and I'd wear those things out. Well, Christmas is coming up. And, you know, your parents ask what you want. And I wrote down a list of albums, and my parents were blown away that there was no KISS on there. But the album they bought me, so my first rock record that was not a KISS record was Blizzard of Oz from Ozzy Osbourne. And also, I should throw out Screaming for Vengeance from Judas Priest. But I remember getting that record, putting it on, and it's still rock music, but obviously way different than KISS, and just having your mind blown. Like, at that point, I knew, like, okay, I like rock. Fast forward a couple of years, my buddy Tony, guitar player, we are much younger than, he's maybe 13 or 14 years old. Randy Rhoads had died. Jakey Lee is now the guitar player for Black Sabbath, all right? And Tony, like I said, he's one of the best guitar players I have ever known in my life. It's like a privilege to know him with regard to playing guitar. But we go down to our buddy Paul's house. Tony gets there, immediately opens up his guitar case, plugs it in, and says, I figured it out. We're like, what are you talking about? We did not realize that he'd been staying up late nights, breaking out in a sweat, trying to learn the guitar solo to Bark at the Moon from the album Bark at the Moon, right? And to me, at the time, that was one of the coolest solos I heard. I remember Tony plugged in, he adjusted his effects, and blistered through this thing. And when he was done, you would think we won the Super Bowl. It's like the three of us just jumped like, yeah. I mean, high fives, chest bumping, and all that. Like, that was his mountain that he needed to climb. And I swear to God, from that moment on, his confidence about playing guitar just went through the roof. Like, that's what he had to do to prove to himself that he was worthy of playing guitar. But he finally did it. He played it. It was note for note, man. And it was the greatest thing. Like, oh, my God, I can't believe he did that.
Well, that's mind-blowing, too. It's like the record's not that old.
No, it's fairly fresh, man. Right. Yeah, and he blew that thing out. We're like, good on you, dude. Good on you.
Our question, work, hobby, or personal, who inspired you to do what you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Deegan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Really quick, just want to say a couple things. It was awesome meeting you guys in Bremerton. Great event.
Well, thanks for having us.
Great atmosphere. Yeah,
it was a good time, man.
That's a fun event.
Really good time.
It was. And my condolences go out to the Osborne family. Absolutely, for sure.
For sure.
Sad day. But anyways, just wanted to say biggest inspiration in my life personally is my dad.
For real?
Absolutely.
I don't say that as a joke. I'm saying as a father, I'm not.
I was like, wow.
I realize how it came out of my mouth.
Your dad.
I met your dad.
You got to be kidding.
I never met the man. I'm not saying it came out all wrong.
No.
I'm just saying, as a dad, that is cool to hear that is possible.
Not for you.
I know that came out so bad.
No way.
For real. Your dad.
You're good.
Harsh.
But knowing all the stuff that he had to go through to support me and the family and everything, it made me want to become the best person I could be and support and care for my family, my fiance, and
so do you take a lot of what you learned from him, just the way he chose to go about it? Do you find that you try to apply that at least in your relationship?
I do, absolutely. And I am following in his footsteps as well, being an electrician.
Awesome.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
What are your best memories growing up as far as your time with him? Is it like fishing, camping, hunting?
Did your dad?
Did you guys have anything that you bonded on that you still carry on to this day?
Fishing, camping was a big one. I remember every other Friday when he would pick me up to go to his house for the weekend, we'd always listen to you guys. So you guys have also been a huge part of me growing up.
That's kind of terrifying, but very appreciated.
A little bit, but.
Yeah, we had a couple of those at Bremerton. I was like, oh, no, little kid, don't do that.
Well, a couple of little kid. My favorite of Bremerton, so there's a kid there, he's 19, so he's a grown-ass man, all right? And so he's there with his mom, and his mom says, he's so excited to be here. He's been listening to you for 10 years, since he was 9 years old, but this is the first event he could come to. So I'm like, hey, man, I'm glad you made it out. Nice to meet you. He goes, oh, yeah, man, I've listened to guys every day for 10 years. And it was just kind of mind-blowing because the first time my mom put the show on in the car, he goes, you specifically were talking about putting your penis in a popcorn bucket at the movie theater. And he goes, right, honestly, this is the conversation we're having, right? So you feel kind of weird, like, that's what introduced you to the show. But he's like, but the point is, you remember that kind of thing. And as a kid at that age, like, this was an entirely new experience. So I wanted to hear more. I'm like, cool. And then he said that he did say to his mom, should I be listening to this? And I said, look, you're 19 now. Don't ever ask that question. I said, when boobs pop up in a rated R movie, my son's sitting there, he doesn't say anything. You know why? Because he wants to look at the boobs. And there's a chance that I might say, yeah, you shouldn't look at this, right? So I was like, just keep your mouth shut and enjoy the show. But I'm glad we can be a part of that, man.
Yeah, my buddy took his son to Bumber Shoot or one of those shows.
Yeah.
So he wanted to see an EDM band or a duo. So they went to see him. And he goes, he's still too young. He just said, all those girls must be cold. And I said, no. He's not young enough. But he can't be like, hey, Dad, look at these chicks.
Yeah.
So that's him slightly acknowledging, like,
they exist.
They're barely wearing anything.
Yeah. That's what my son said outside of the Lowe's on Aurora. Right, and I mean, they're out there doing their thing, and it was kind of cold that morning.
What do they come? They're contractors, I guess.
Yeah, they are.
They'll come in like drywall and all that.
They are contractors.
Definitely day workers.
Yeah, they're day workers or contractors, and you pick them up in roughly the same location.
You take them back to your place, and then they do handiwork.
They do handiwork, and then you drop them back off.
Gotcha.
Right, for an
then
exchange
you get a taco truck,
of cash.
and you go home, yeah.
So my son said the same thing. We pull in. He's like, Dad, those women have to be cold. I said, you know what? They're working, buddy. Don't you even worry about it. They'll warm up soon enough. But me and my wife just looked at each other. I'm like, but you're right. What he wanted to say is she had huge, delicious boobs, and I could see most of them.
Also, as far as all the kids we got a chance to meet and all the balloons that Mike blew up at the event. Do you still have those balloons, Mike?
I think they're somewhere.
You think they're somewhere? Yeah. Because with the Men's Room 20th anniversary party that was just announced the other day at Black Raven Brewery, Saturday, September the 6th, that is, in fact, an all-ages show as well. Mm-hmm. So if you were not able to make it to Bremerton, obviously traffic was a mess and everything else this weekend. If you're in Seattle and you do have somebody who's, a kid that listens to the show and is always wanted to come to one of our events.
Bring them, man.
Yeah, bring them.
They were awesome. The kids, they definitely introduced a fun element.
You have to be 21, obviously, to consume alcohol.
Well, sure.
We will have beer there. We're also having bands all day long, and we're going to have great food, and there's going to be stuff to do. So, if you got a teenage son or daughter and they listen to the show with you and you want to bring them, man, bring them.
Don't tell your mom, but sure, bring them.
No,
look, we know how it works, man.
Good time.
It's funny. The guy says that about his dad, which is cool. So my daughter did her 8th grade graduation in June, whatever it was. And so they call each kid to the stage, and then basically the teacher's reciting whatever's in their yearbook. This is what they accomplished. This is the year they started. And then whatever quote that they wanted to leave in the memories of all their fellow schoolmates. And it's funny. Either it's like some Shakespearean quote or it's some self-help quote or it's a line from a Taylor Swift song, but it's all about positivity and all this kind of thing. And it was cool, man. They got to my daughter. Almost put a tear in my eye. Her quote said, "Stay beautiful." That was it. And I'm like, that is awesome.
That says it all.
Well, the teacher came up later. She goes, how did that make you feel? How do you think it made me feel? I was like, that was the best
I welled up.
Freaking feeling.
I welled up,
in the
okay?
world. Yeah, man.
How did it make you feel?
Yeah,
Thanks,
like, awesome.
Yeah. You need to check in on me.
You should have done the same. Really? Really? Yeah. Serious.
Can I get out of this tiny chair now?
I know. Jesus.
I really thought you were just knocking that guy down.
I wasn't, man, but after I said it, I realized how it sounded.
Really?
Like.
Your dad? Jesus.
For real?
Yeah, I got to work on the phrasing there, man.
Work, hobby, or personal. Who inspired you to do what you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Phrasing's fine. You say it to me all the time. Tone.
Yeah, you're right, man. Tone. It was all about
right,
tone.
because you could be like, oh, for real? That's awesome. You just went, for real?
My bad.
It seemed like you were just shocked anybody would like their dad.
Right, I know.
Which is funny, because you like your dad.
I do.
It's like,
Great
oh,
guy.
so it's like,
What's going on
damn.
here? What's going on here?
He's got him in a weird spot.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So all three of them kind of combined together. When I was growing up, I listened to what was the KISW version of what we have here in South Dakota, and that inspired me to go for the only job where I haven't been treated like crap as a disabled person, actually working in the radio like y'all do. And after that, as I got closer to the music for a hobby, I picked up the mic and I started singing the Chili Peppers and Seven Dust and Black Sabbath. And that all goes back to Ozzy, so that's just have to say that. And I then started to figure out, how people struggle with mental health because of all that. And that led me to do what I do now, doing the motivational speaking.
Okay.
So that you guys know, paying homage to all of that is one of the reasons I drag myself across the country every now and then to shake hands with y'all.
Oh, well, we appreciate it, man. And waste your time on Jaguar tickets, but that's a different thing.
Who is your, is there somebody out there that's going out and talking to people that it's just your personal favorite, that you like listening to, that kind of inspires you?
I mean, honestly, he didn't necessarily speak to people, but Bruce Lee was somebody that made me want to get into it just because of the way he looked at the world. I decided that's what I wanted to do, too.
What was his particular viewpoint, if you could sum it up? Because honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Basically sharing the beauty. I mean, I'm native, so basically sharing the beauty of his culture with the rest of the world. And also, just teaching people how to be better to themselves and to each other. And that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure I could make fun of it, but I would sound even worse than I already did.
Yeah.
So I won't.
Okay. Crazy.
I did not know that about Bruce Lee. Like, to me, Bruce Lee, and I know he was an icon and all that, but to me, he was the guy I saw on Saturday afternoons during Kung Fu Theater, as it were. He was like the main guy. They always had Kung Fu Theater, right? But they would make it a big point. And Kung Fu Theater was real cheap, man. They didn't spend a whole lot of money on this production. But if that Saturday afternoon they were going to feature a Bruce Lee movie, they actually took the time to advertise it all week.
Yeah. That he was going to be in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're like, I got to watch this.
I don't think I knew a ton about Bruce Lee, honestly, until I started listening to Wu-Tang Clan.
Well, obviously, they're hugely
That's right. With all the Kung Fu stuff, it was like, oh, all right.
I think I learned more about it just living here.
Living here
learned
definitely
more,
helped.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Ozzy passed away 76 years old. He made 12 solo albums in his lifetime. Ozzy sold over 100 million albums worldwide as a solo artist. He was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 5 years ago. And the statement from the family, he died surrounded by love. It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time. That from Sharon, Jack, Kelly, Amy, and Louie.
To put it in perspective, you put out 12 solo albums, and you've sold over 100 million of your solo projects worldwide. That's over 8 million people buy an album every time you put one out. That's actually ridiculous.
Yeah. Work, hobby, or a personal, who inspired you to do what you do? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
If you're filling baskets at farmers markets or growing your own food, why not fill your pantry too? From Azure Standard, the name you trust for clean, quality food, comes Azure Canning Company. Our durable, mom-tested jars come in multiple sizes and are made to preserve the fresh, local flavors you love without the shortcuts big brands take. From jam to pickles to summer tomatoes, we'll help you do it right. Visit AzureCanning.com and use code CAN15 to save on your first order over $100.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Whether your next summer adventure is a night under the stars or a trip to catch a game, get in on the summer savings on a new Subaru at Kendall Subaru of Marysville. Get low 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Outback Premium, or lease an all-new redesigned all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Forester at just $359 per month for 36 months with $359 cash or trade equity due at signing. Your adventures are waiting, and so are the savings. Stop by Kendall Subaru of Marysville today. Kendall, Let's start something great.
VIN number SH539527, model code SFBA1, MSRP of $32,162. $1,475 per $1,000 borrowed, zero down payment based on 10,000 miles per year with 15 cent fee per mile in excess. Lease in fee of $350. See lease posting at Kendall Subaru of Marysville or call 360-287-4860 for more details. $0 security deposit, all financing and approved credit. Prices listed do not include taxes, title, or license. A negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added to the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to prior sales, see dealer for details. Offer expires 7/31/25.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
At California Psychics, we know that sometimes you can wake up thinking,
I don't know if I'm in the right career, or the right relationship.
But whatever your life dilemma, at California Psychics, we'll give you the guidance you need to feel certain about your life choices. And because we only connect you with the very best, we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
This is a real review from an airport or shuttle passenger.
I like taking the airporter down to Seattle. It makes the whole trip way less stressful. Comfortable buses, convenient pickup locations, and fair prices.
See for yourself why our passengers love Bel Air Airport or Shuttle. Visit airporter.com to book your trip today.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
All right. Okay.
A development over the commercial break.
We do have a development. All right, so here's what's going on. Ozzy has passed away if you're just joining the program. 76 years old. We found out this morning. If you've been listening to the radio station all day, we've been playing nothing but Ozzy. We've been trying to dig to find an interview. Then
we couldn't find it because we did it so long ago. It's no longer in our computerized archives, right? That's been the long and short of it.
But Adrian just sent us a link.
Who is Adrian, your son? It's just a listener to the show.
Now, as Ted will attest, we don't know exactly what is on this.
Nope.
There's a chance we might have to dump out, depending on if this is an edited version or not.
I've only got so much here that I can dump.
We're really not sure, but we're going to try to play as much as we can, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I heard one that's already questionable, so I'm going to be honest.
If it's that bad, then we could dump out of it entirely.
Yeah, look, we got it. We got it. We got to play it.
We can at least post it on the website. Whatnot.
Yeah. Sure. Well, let's see how far we get along before we need to go. Because even if we get 3 minutes out of this, and then we have to dump whatever we have, then, we'll talk amongst ourselves and see if we can reset the
Just
interview.
also keep in mind, there's probably language we might have used then that we would not use.
That's where I was going
now.
with that.
Oh,
right.
man.
Okay.
That's even. Listen, honest to God, this guy just hit us up during the break, said, look, guys, hey, guys, I heard you couldn't find this interview, so I did some digging and some magic. I hope you got it. Please confirm.
Well, it is
in
the last
interview.
5 minutes.
Right. So it's not like we've had time to review this.
No.
But we're just like, well, let's just.
But we do have a dump button. And if we have to, we're going to dump out. Okay?
Yeah.
Just understand if this interview comes to a stop, it's because Ted said something really bad. That's right. We don't know when this is from, but this is Ozzy in studio, so here you go.
I want you guys to be ready. This is going to be jarring. You ready for this?
Smiles and Thrill, the men's room, 99.9 KISW. Ozzy Osbourne in studio. Prince of Darkness arrives in Seattle on a bus.
Yeah, I mean, it's good fun, because, I don't drink or get messed up anymore in the bus.
Right.
Just watch TV for about 90,000 hours.
Well, you're giving yourself a little bit of time in between shows on this tour. We did notice that, so you have a little time to rest.
Me doing like 3 or 4 on the run, it's not good.
You've been out for what seems like 10 years now on the road. Ozfest, continually going strong.
Ozfest's been going, I think, I might be wrong, 13 or 14 years.
Which is insane.
I keep saying to my wife, I'm like, darling, how long do you think it's going to go on for? And she looks at me like a pathetic little puppy dog and goes, darling, we'll know.
Yeah. But I guess it's got to be nice to be out with the new album, and now the focus is kind of like, I know you went through the thing with the Osbournes and everything else, but now it's kind of back to the music, and the music is successful.
It's like that, I never really took that thing on the Osbournes on, you know. I mean, I just did what they asked me to do and accept the cameras. At first, it was a bit of fun, you know, but then after it became mega, it became like any other job, you know. I mean, they would wait for me. Every day I'll get up and do it. I'll make me a coffee, I'll make a protein drink, and then they're there every day with the camera waiting for you to drop something or scold.
Right, or do something stupid, and then they put that on.
So, I mean, the whole thing I think about the Osbournes is the fact that it was edited brilliantly. I've never watched more than 2 episodes because I just don't like to see myself on TV.
Now, are you selling that house or all the contents of the house? It is gone. Now, is
the
that
contents of a few houses that I've bought over the years.
Now, I noticed
you have an auction coming up, right?
Yeah. Now, most of your stuff, you guys are auctioning off, and it's all for Sharon's colon cancer program.
No, it's all for some of it goes to
some of it goes to that, and some Cedars Sinai Medical Center as well. I'm looking at the list of stuff. Did you approve half this stuff getting sold out? Okay, you did not. I did. The only thing that I noticed that looks like I can see you're not going to ride 4-wheelers anymore, and I think we know why.
The red ones, the one I had the accident on.
And how many broken bones? Collarbone?
Come here.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, what the hell is that?
I think it's the hinge off the door.
Ew, man. That's nuts. It's like your collarbone isn't connected anymore.
No, it's all messed up. I mean, I did a good job. 3 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, you did a lot of damage.
I've put up buildings, I've fallen downstairs, I've done everything. But I've always said, when I go, it'll be like, how's the other one I died today? A bird crapped on his head and
it was payback.
It's a dove.
That's right. A dove ends it.
Now, there was one thing I got to say. Sharon goes to me, a few years ago, she had a pool table, canned carbs and that for me. I go, I hope you're not selling my pool table. She says, well, you don't play it anymore. I says, no, because you keep putting it in storage because you want more furniture in the house. I'm on the road a lot, but I'd like to keep my pool table for later on. She said, well, okay. I'll pick up the catalogue. Second page, pool table.
No, I see it. It's right here. It's a beautiful pool table. I can't believe it is right here, Steve. Look at that.
That is a sweet pool table, man.
I said to Sharon, I said, why did you do that without telling me? She goes, well, I'm having a good day. Jack's just got on me for me selling some of his stuff. I said, Sharon, how would you like it if me and Jack sold your 80 pairs of your 2,000 pairs of
Sure.
shoes?
Well, this is the one. This was the only thing that's disturbing to me is you have a den at your home in California. It's kind of like your man room, I guess. You've got a bunch of collectibles and stuff like that. But it really looks like your wife is getting rid of your man room.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like she's.
I mean, she's cleaning out the house, man.
This is like all the stuff that you've collected, I guess, like antique guns and stuff like that. And I think that's all going just to let you know. Hopefully, you won't get pissed off about that. I think she's selling half your house.
Miles starting to fight.
I know, he's about to get pissed now.
Can we call her?
Which house is it?
That's the house in Malibu.
Oh, yeah, Malibu, yeah, that's right. I never used to go down there. So
well, how many homes do you have? Jesus God.
About 7, I think.
Okay, now, do you really have a home in Switzerland that's a suicide flat? Or not a suicide flat, but a, what was the name of it? It's like a, if you were to ever get sick, that you guys have a place in Switzerland or something like that? Or was it, I read it earlier, it's just, it's kind of like, oh, come on, Ozzy, I don't know, I was Googling your name.
That's awesome. He looks it up and I was just like, what the hell?
I don't know.
Somewhere in Switzerland. Why not? I've got a place everywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see here. The last quote that we've read before you started going out on tour was Sharon talking about your sex life. Were you aware that she was discussing this in the public?
No, because I do. What sex life?
Well, do you remember the exact quote on it? It was something, the analogy of...
Apparently, you won't leave her alone. Basically, your wife said that you, my friend, are like the horniest son of a bitch in the world, and that like you won't stop poking her, prodding her, and getting it on.
I wouldn't mind, but I'm on Zoloft, which makes your sex drive die. I go for a piss and bury my... It's great. I say to my therapist, I go, this is ridiculous. I'm married for 25 years. I can't get it on anymore. He goes, well, I'm afraid. I said, you may be a single guy, but I ain't. Have you got like when I'm on the old antidepressants, but couldn't you put a little bit of an excitement pill in there with it?
Well, yeah.
Because I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes.
What about like Viagra, man? I mean,
yeah, Viagra, happy ending, That like eye twitcher.
That's the
and a big headache to go with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do you think you're on more drugs now that they prescribed them to you, or you were more drugs when you were doing your thing?
I was taking about 40-something pills every 4 hours.
Like the medical pills?
Yeah. But this is the only country I've ever been to where you're watching a TV show and you go, try Vicodin. Well, where I advertise, like, I was depressed and saw this man come on. Advertise drugs on the television,
No free health care, man. That's how that works. Sell you everything. If you got any restless leg syndrome, you name it, we got a drug for it.
I've had that for years. I keep running off stage.
Now, you're going to be on this tour up until, I guess, Ozfest 2008?
I don't know.
I mean, do you find out last what's going on in your life?
I thought, that's Seattle now. I ain't got nothing to do. Tony goes, we got to a radio station. I said, I went on the wire. I did 2 radio stations. But, it's good fun. Better than... It could be, at least I've sort of remained sober. I don't know how I did it all with the amount of dope and booze.
Well, this is the Black Rain is the first album you've written not stoned, right?
I didn't write it all on my own. I had to come to a decision whether if I couldn't do it sober, whether I would drink, whether to drink or just throw the towel in. And I didn't want it anymore, I thought, so be it. If that's the case, then But so I spoke to somebody who was on the recovery program, and I says, you know what? You're surrounded by 4 or 5 other guys. Ask for help. And Kevin Sherker was great, the producer guy.
There's a couple political songs on there about the political state of the world.
Yeah, but,
right now.
you listen to all the old Black Sabbath, War Pigs. There was a lot of... it's not just a modern, latest thing I've done. I've been singing lyrics about, that,
but,
I think, for a long time.
Ironically enough, you had, dinner with the president back in 2002. Yeah. You were invited to the White House.
Met the Queen.
Met the Queen. That's right. And
so she said to me, she goes to me, ew! So this is what we call variety, is it?
The Queen said,
that's the Queen?
Yeah.
That's got to be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your whole life, you know this person. She's,
You know what's weird about it? When you actually see the Queen, in England, you see it on money, on stamps, on postal orders. In every day she's in the paper, but stand there in her presence, it's like weird, because it's like you're so used to seeing her.
Sure.
But then it's like a picture walking around the room,
I guess so.
Yeah. I can't really say what it's like because I can't. I don't know what to say.
Do you ever think that people look at you the same way? I mean, people grew up with the man. We have people talking today because they grew up on Sabbath, and everyone follows a solo career. And you're a guy whose face was everywhere when you were going crazy. We saw that all the time. You did the Osbournes all over the place. And now, if you walk down the street, man, people go crazy because you're Ozzy Osbourne.
But I'm glad that Sharon always says to me, if the day they stopped asking for autographs and photographs, it's the time we got to worry.
Yeah.
But, to be honest with you, the reason why I still do it is because I have a great time most of the time playing shows with kids, and seeing that audience. It's kind of like now I see like our whole families come.
How weird is that?
It's I don't know. It's kind of like I started, and I couldn't see further than the fourth row.
Sure.
So, and all the kids at the front, it's kind of like, the fans haven't gone any older, but I have.
Right.
But I've always said that if they stopped wanting to see me, I wouldn't drop down to a club and a bar and do gigs like that. I'd just call it a day, you know.
As far as our question today, we're talking about the first concert. Do you remember the first show that you ever saw in England? Did you go
to
pubs?
The first show I saw?
Yeah, just as a child, something that was kind of inspiring to you as far as...
I saw Jimi Hendrix perform at a place called Woburn Abbey in 1966 or 7. And when he got... I've said this to a lot of people. If nobody had heard of Jimi Hendrix, if it was to get discovered today, he would still blow the place to bits.
Really?
I mean, the guy had this magic aura with him. It was like, mind you, I just took a lot of acid, so...
Well, so did Jimmy, I'm sure. At the time. You
had this like transcendental connection.
Was that it? Was that the only time you actually had a run-in with him or saw him?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't run for too much long.
Right. Yeah, it's... Is there? You said you were kind of awestruck by the Queen. Has there been anybody like that, Hendrix or Queen, or somebody who just sat there and it was just strange to be around them or to be in their presence?
It's my thing that most people that I like throughout my life. I build it. You know, we all go. Oh, I bet he's like that, and she's like that, and whatever. You know, and so I like to. You got a choice either. When you meet them, just say something to them, and they say, you know, something like, get lost, and then
right,
and you think, well, I spent 20 or 50 years ago thinking this guy was. I mean, I like to give people their space. I mean, I met Paul McCartney a bunch of times now, and he's such a nice guy.
Really?
Really nice guy.
How about the Beckhams when they moved to L.A.? Did they call you up for David Beckham? And
okay, here's what we're going to do. We need to take a commercial break. We got a little bit more of this interview. We want you to hear it, okay?
So what did you think of what you've heard? Because keep in mind...
Well, I definitely know that my voice has changed a lot in 17 years. Jesus Christ,
honestly,
I was a kid.
It took me a second to be like, is that Miles?
Honestly, God, there are a few questions you asked. I'm like, that's a Miles-style question, but that can't be Miles.
Hey, kids, don't smoke.
Yeah, that's what happened. Ted, to your credit, you sound exactly the same. I hear you snickering in the background. I'm like, I actually checked to see if our mics were on now. I'm like, is Ted No. Ted has always laughed that
How much time we have left on this thing?
We got a little bit, about 10 minutes left on that.
Okay, so let's just take a break, come back, and more with Ozzy Osbourne right after these.
This is a real review from an airport or shuttle passenger.
I like taking the airporter down to Seattle. It makes the whole trip way less stressful. Comfortable buses, convenient pickup locations, and fair prices.
See for yourself why our passengers love Bel Air Airport or Shuttle. Visit airporter.com to book your trip today.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast!
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories.
They're listening to us right now.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Shh, they're here.
Whether your next summer adventure is a trip out of town or a night on the town, get in on the summer savings on a new Subaru at Kendall Subaru of Marysville. Get 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Outback Premium. Or lease a new all-wheel drive, all-electric 2024 Subaru Solterra Limited EV. Now just $269 per month for 36 months with $1,000 cash or trade equity to its signing. Your adventures are waiting, and so are the savings. Stop by Kendall Subaru of Marysville today. Kendall, let's start something great.
VIN number A3RA091086, model code REG31, MSRP of $51,771, $1,475 per $1,000 borrowed, zero down payment based on 10,000 miles per year with 15 cent fee per mile in excess. Lease in fee of $350. See lease posting at Kendall Subaru of Marysville or call 360-287-4860 for more details. $0 security deposit, all financing on approved credit. Prices listed do not include taxes, title, or license. A negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added to the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to price sales, see dealer details. Offer expires 7/31/25.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hey, it's Scott from Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. I wanted to let you in on a secret. When the other stores offer huge discounts, it's because they've already jacked up their prices. We've been offering mattresses from top brands at low prices every day for, almost 30 years now. And we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you're looking for a great mattress at a fair price, come down and see us on the corner of 10th and Mackenzie in Fairhaven.
Osborne passed away, 76 years of age today. So we're celebrating all day today on The Rock. By the way, we've already played half of an Ozzy interview we did back in 2007.
Again, we could not get our hands on it, but an astute listener of ours, Adrian, I don't know what magic he worked, but he found it, dug it up, and sent it to us.
So keep in mind, if you're joining us now and you want to hear the whole thing, obviously the Odyssey app has all the podcasts and everything else. So check that out if you want to hear the thing in full. Again, as we said before we started this thing, we are hearing it for the first time since we did the interview.
Since 2007. That's correct.
There's a chance that we might have to dump out of this based on language and other things that we know that happened. Not sure which time they happened, but if for some reason...
It happened at least once. Mike was on it. And it was early in the interview. Ozzy just came out fine.
Well, there's other conversations I remember that are...
Some words that were acceptable back then.
I'll be dead. I was like, I might have missed one on that one.
Well, it's hard enough to even understand him if he is cussing half the time. Right?
That's the problem.
Right. So,
and to answer those questions, this is Miles, Thrill, and Ted here doing this. I know there's a lot of people like, who's interviewing Ozzy? And here it's like, it's these
mostly
guys.
mine. Look, man, 17 years of smoking.
Well, 17 years of anything, your voice is going to change as you get older.
That is exactly what happened.
Right. Yeah.
But it is funny to listen to. The only person who sounds the same is Ted, who doesn't smoke. So,
but
smokes some weed.
We continue on as much as we can with the interview with Ozzy Osbourne. So roll it, I guess.
How about the Beckhams when they moved to L.A.? Did they call you up for David Beckham and Paul?
I went to their house in England for the English World Cup or European Cup team.
Right.
They only played one game and lost.
That was the last game.
But he's a nice. He kept sending. He kept sending me football boots before I'd met him, and I said to him,
"I'm not Rod Stewart."
No. He goes. I said to him, "Why do you keep sending me football boots?" He goes, "Well, I didn't know what else to send you." Okay. So if you ever need a pair, give me a call.
Ozzy, word on the street is, we don't know if this is true or not, but last year on Ozfest, someone told us, we know who it was, Ted, that Zakk Wylde never changed his kilt, and I guess the entire tour.
Or showered.
That's for one tour.
Is that true?
I did a show with him when I went at the Sabbath reunion, and he had Black Label Society in Milton Keynes in England. I never saw him for a whole year. And I run into him, and he goes, "You know what? I haven't showered since Milton Keynes."
Could you smell him though?
Oh, I mean, if you open the window here, you smell him in town. I go, "Why don't you shower?" He goes, "Chicks like it." I said, "But you're married." Oh yeah. Well, it was that bad. When you made a telephone call to him, you could smell it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we had him in, and you could smell him then. That only took a couple
when he
days.
gets well and truly crotch ripe.
What is it with the man? Does he just always kind of smell? I mean,
he's Zakk, Zack's just great, I mean, he's cheap to have on the tour because it don't cost you nothing to keep him clean,
He probably just takes one duffel bag and he's
all
off.
these roadies to piss on him when he wants to shower.
I mean, it's his roots. He's from Jersey.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, when I used to go out there and get messed up all the time, what would make me feel a little bit human the next day was a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'd go, when I feel dead, shower, and it would like spark me up for a few minutes,
What are you surprised that you've been playing with Zakk for over 20 years now? I want to say. I mean that's a long time to play with anybody, man. Most bands don't make that long solo.
But it's like it's kind of like he goes his way, I go my way. Then the fans write and said, "Why are you doing this?" And so I mean, he's like, I was going to say a son, because if he was my son, I'd throw him in the trough. But he's a good guy, man. Underneath all this stuff, he's a really good guy, and he's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
I mean, he can play. He's playing. He's been so good.
Out on the road now with Rob Zombie, and in preparation of Ozfest 2008. Rumor is that there could be a Sabbath reunion. Is that still something that's just out there?
Yeah, well, it's I always get asked the same question, but the truth of the matter is we have tried to do an album, along the way, but I'm kind of gun-shy with it, because when we all broke up and went our own, they fired me and that, and Bill left and whatever, and we've come back together and played them old songs, I'll kind of, after all this time, if we don't do an album way superior, or as where we left off, or at the same level, anything lower than that, it's going to be a big, Right. So I'd rather. It's like when you see a sequel to The Godfather,
and you're like, what the hell?
The last one sucks.
Oh, Godfather 3's awful.
No, Godfather 2's good.
Yeah. 2's good. 3 sucks, man.
Oh yeah, and same as Jaws. Have you ever heard of the show?
What are they doing in the Caribbean?
In 3D. I've got to tell you something. If I knew there was a great white out there waiting for me to get my ass in the water, I'd move and live on a mountain.
Right.
What do you think? In Switzerland.
Yeah.
It's supplying, doesn't it? That's what it's doing.
What do you think about the Zeppelin reunion? Will they?
I think it's great, but if they, I mean, they were very a monumental band, I mean, John Bonham was one of the finest drummers I ever met. He was a great drummer. I mean, but Jason is his son. He's very, very good, But I think that's the closest you're going to get to Zeppelin, having Jason Bonham play them, because his father taught him how to play.
And as you said, 200 million people or something like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, if they all get on and click it together. I don't know. I've met them all over the years, and I don't know. I just.
Do you think they'll have the same sound as, like you just said, like Jaws 4, Jaws 5? Can they come out and sound like Led Zeppelin after not playing for that long? And we know that Page and Plant.
Well, I know that's the whole problem with Sabbath. It's like we've all changed bodily, physically, and mentally. We're not the crazy bunch of guys. I was with Jimmy Page a short while ago, and he's clean, sober, and everything.
Well, that's that's how you wrote this album, and to me,
I mean, I got to tell you, I didn't write it on my own. I just kind of worked it out with the band, and Zach came up with all the riffs.
But I tell you what, as far as the sound of the album, it's one of the best Ozzy sounds. Yeah, man. I mean, it just rips.
I mean, I keep hearing people going, Pro Tool is no good for. You better explain to the people out there what Pro Tool is.
It's an electronic editing device where you go in and you can loop stuff and everything else.
And they say guitar should be done on analog. I just, how you can make a Pro Tool sound like analog?
Right.
And so I just said, screw that. I mean, I did it in a room not much bigger than this.
So did the band play together? Was everything recorded?
Oh yeah.
So
I've got a drum room. Most guitar work is done in a control room now.
Yeah,
the amp stacks in another room.
I would have to think vocally it's much easier to do your stuff when the band is there.
I mean, in the old days when they used to go, we got to do an edit, and that was like the rest of the day off, so you get stuck on it in the bar. It's weird when they go, we just got to do this edit, click, and it's done.
Sure.
It's like 2 seconds. I mean, it's a bit of a bummer.
Any surprises for the show Thursday night? This tour is you and Rob Zombie. Have you got anything different planned?
It's some of the stuff you've heard on the Ozfest, but some other songs that I haven't played. Like I believe I'm doing "Fire in the Sky" off No Rest for the Wicked. But I don't want to tell you too much.
Right, exactly, sure. You got to go there.
But I mean, I can't come off the Ozfest and do exactly the same show.
Sure. How hard is it for you to get up there and your songs just rip through one after another? How tiring is that to get up there and do a full set?
I try and work out, but they're saying that there's nothing like a gig. It's not, you can run the marathon, but you go and do a gig. The next morning you wake up, you think you left your.
I mean, do you ever look at Zach and say, I need about a 10-minute guitar solo?
I have done that in the bar.
You know, I just need to go use the bathroom real quick. Could you play a little bit longer?
You know, my wife eventually got me to go for singing lessons because although I was singing, okay, sometimes my voice would go out all the time. And this guy told me some techniques to save my voice. Like, for instance, don't go through every song one after the other. Let your voice cool down. Take your time. When you're ready, go back on, you know.
Is it interesting to be at that point in your career where it's all awards? I know you got a star. You got the VH1 Rock Honors, I guess. You played that, saw that with, I believe it was Hart, Alice in Chains in Las Vegas, the VH1 Rock Honors. You guys came out and closed the show. You and Zach Wild. Did you not get a star, too, in your hometown?
In Birmingham, and I got one in that's kind of, I mean, the one in Birmingham, kind of.
Did you see, like, old relatives and people you knew?
Oh, yeah. Could I have that £5 you bought it off me? But, you know, it's like, people, everybody goes, oh, I know you. And I go, yeah, well, from where?
Kindergarten.
I go, I've never seen you before, you know.
Okay.
But, that one in Birmingham, the only thing I wish my mum and dad had been alive to see.
Yeah, I bet they would have been proud of that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to go, just to know you've come so far from home.
Oh,
and
yeah.
end up going back home. You know what I mean?
I said to Sharon just the other day, I said, Christopher, I'm doing a film of my life, a movie. And I said to Sharon, well, are they still going to do it? She says, when you do your autobiography. But I don't want to do my autobiography yet because I'm not done, you know.
Sure, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, how hard is it to go back and remember that stuff?
Sorry?
How hard is it to go back and remember everything?
I mean, when people go up to me now, hey, when you toured with Motley Crue, did you really snort a line of answer? It's very possible. October the 8th, 1989. I remember that.
Well, if you're with Motley Crue, you probably snorted something, that's for sure.
Yeah. That was a while, too.
I bet it was. They were pretty crazy. Ozzy, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of fun.
Ozzy and Rob Zombie, Thursday night Key Arena, by the way. Ozzy, just so you know, because of your tickets with Rob Zombie, we collected 38,000 pounds of food for the hungry in the Pacific Northwest.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, and you helped. So thank you. We appreciate that. We'll take a break and headlines coming up.
Wow.
Damn. God, it was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to hear an interview for the first time in my mind.
Yeah, I don't.
That's serious.
I don't remember.
I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember the questions. You don't remember his responses. And it's weird because Ozzy's at the level that Ozzy was at. The only thing I really remember is him physically being in the studio and just sitting there going, Jesus Christ, dude, we're talking to Ozzy frickin' Osbourne.
Well, we thought we were going to have it for like 8 minutes. I know that because that was the allotted time. And he stayed for 23 minutes. So, again, the entire interview, we just played a segment of it, will be on the Odyssey app if you download our podcast. You can listen to the whole thing. But I was just sitting back laughing on that. That was fun to listen to.
It was. It kind of enjoyable.
Like a fly on the wall. You know what I mean?
Even though we did it. Like, I have no record. You know, it's like when you get blackout drunk and then someone shows you a video of something you did.
Ooh, but most of the time,
obviously that's me, but I don't remember any of that. Yeah, this was much more positive. Man, I swear to God. And it's
not you either, Miles? You did most of the interview. Not really. No. But we interviewed him twice. So, like, the next time we interviewed him, he had written an autobiography.
Yeah.
Correct. And he had written a book. And I read it before he came in because I was going somewhere and it was in the airport at the bookstore. And I was like, I should read this.
I should read this, yeah.
And that was the time we were talking about his just amazement with how New York pizza changed his life.
It absolutely changed his life. That's not a joke.
And that was one of the chapters in the book was him just talking about the fact that, he never had pizza before. And so he gained like 25 pounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
When he was in New York, just shoveling pizza down his throat. He couldn't stop. He was eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, so it was the greatest thing he'd ever had in his life.
He couldn't get enough of it. So I know I remember some of that interview, but I don't remember most of the first one, I guess.
All right. No.
Yeah. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, that was cool to hear, man.
Okay.
I'm glad we got to do that.
We do have the 10 greatest Ozzy Osbourne tracks of all time coming up on Sit and Spin. Is Debbie on the phone?
Yeah.
Debbie, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Hello. What's up, Debbie Lippitz? Are you way over in West Seattle still? Can you hear us?
I can even almost see you.
Okay.
I can almost see. So Debbie Lippitz, you worked for Epic Records through most of the 80s and 90s, I guess it was, when Ozzy was there?
From 1979 to 2012.
Wow.
So
okay.
from from Blizzard of Oz, from his first solo project till
what is that like?
The last one.
What is that like when they say, "Hey, we want you to work with Ozzy Osbourne"? Because at the time, he's just a former lead singer of Black Sabbath and has a bit of a reputation. And do you go into it nervous? Do you go into it excited? Or is it a little bit of both?
Well, at the time, Ozzy was kind of larger than life. Well, he always was larger than life. So you didn't know whether to be afraid or, to hide your children. You just didn't really know. But when you met him face to face, he was warm. He loved it. He loved promo. And you can't say that about a lot of rock artists. He showed us really how to do promotion.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool then. All right. And so.
But you were younger then, too. So you were at that age where you were were you running a little faster than Deb?
Yeah.
You gotta call her out. No.
Sharon was always in the picture.
Well, sure. Yeah. Any memories that you have as far as just being on the road and anything crazy going on?
Well, I will say all of them were memorable. Some of them were a little easier than others. But I do recall once, right before one of his big tours. A lot of times when bands start new tours, they hang out in the city before, just so that they could, practice for their grand tour. So Ozzy was going to be doing one of his big tours, and it was going to start in Seattle, but they were practicing in Spokane, Washington. And just at about that time, we released Mama, I'm Coming Home, which really brought Ozzy into a whole new level. I mean, you had pop stations, top 40 stations wanting to play this power rock ballad. So I said, I couldn't get to Spokane. Can you send Ozzy, please, over to the top 40 radio station over in Spokane? Here's the address. So I thought, this is great. This is going to help me out. And about 2 hours later, I get this livid phone call from Sharon Osbourne saying, Debbie, you sent us to the middle of an aerobic class at a dance studio. I had given him the wrong address. And, oh, my God, I suffered for that for a week. Within moments, I was kind of hoping, okay, we'll just keep this between us. But she had gone all the way to the top. The president of Epic Records called me and said, Debbie, is there something you want to tell me that happened? And but then I had to hang out with them for the next 7 days and take them, to do promotion in, Seattle, Portland, you name it. About 7 more dates. So
Debbie,
we're live.
Debbie, we're live. We're live.
Because I knew I was going to get my butt reamed. Yeah. I knew she was going to hand it to me, and so was Ozzy. So for the next 7 nights, anytime we were backstage in their presence, like Arnie Foster,
Hey, Debbie.
That was one of my not most memorable moments.
Hey, Debbie, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, we're on the air, so you can't use the S word or the F word.
Oh, I can't say SHRT head?
No. You can't say that, no.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Why? So basically, with this, was it that they would set up in the Spokane Arena and just do a practice run there before they actually came to Key Arena? So were they just using that Spokane
I think
location?
That they did. That's what they do because sometimes you've got new sound people, new production people, an extra backup singer. You never know, and. Let's face it, they pretty much do the same show every night. So bands will park themselves, and maybe their start is their start date is in one part of the country that will end up, the Northwest versus the Southeast. So they just kind of gather there and start because it's a full production. I mean, it's not like one tour bus. It's probably like 8 tour buses that roll into town. But I will say that Ozzy had a special place in his heart for KISW. It was a real win-win situation. I think that KISW treated Ozzy like the god that he was.
Why wouldn't you?
And same with Ozzy really making KISW look good because a lot of these guys again didn't really love doing promo.
Yeah, we've met some of them. Yeah,
we have. And Debbie, isn't it? Doesn't
picking him up?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was back to the starting out. Didn't it always seem like he started his tour here? I mean, just the way it worked
really
geographically.
does. No, I'm serious. I think you are right. I think you are right. And don't ask me why. I have no idea, except for the fact that, he was our favorite son. I mean, everybody here just adored him. And he would do anything for KISW. He did Bob's Garage. I had to pick him up at Bowling Field. And the rule was, when you see him, make sure you give him a quad espresso. He needed a little jump start before he would speak on the radio. So not one quad espresso. You had to have one to hand to him and then one when he needed it again before you opened up the mic and he started talking. So, yeah, because, it just took a while to get him going. But once you started going, he'd go. And then I remember saying to him on that visit, well, Ozzy, just tell me some of the new music that you're digging, or what are you listening to these days? He goes, new music? He goes, I don't listen to any new music. How else would I sound like Ozzy Osbourne if I started listening to other people's music?
Yep.
He had a great sense of humor.
That's awesome.
And I remember when he played, we did an install with him where they don't perform, but thousands of people came to Kmart in Renton when there was a Kmart in Renton.
Kmart in Renton. Wow, that sounds like a hot spot.
Just to sign albums, because that's the way it used to be. You would make your money off of albums and then tour to support the album.
Yeah.
Now it's really a little different. It's quite the opposite.
Talking to Debbie Lippitz from Epic Records. Debbie, how did you take the news today personally, just as a human being and someone who knew him?
Just a moment of sadness. I mean, he was just a sweet man. He was sweet, and it's these are my peers. So and I'm very sad. But this guy sold 150 million albums worldwide. He was very successful, and I'm sure you've read everything, but Ozzy just did it his way. He did, and he loved it. But the whole persona of eating, the head off of a dove and breaking the neck and eating the head off of a bat, that was all show.
Yeah. All right, Debbie. Looking forward to a beer. We'll get a beer one night.
Lucky that was it.
Hey, Debbie, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it. Don't be a stranger, okay?
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Let's see here. More with Ozzy Osbourne. Sit and Spin coming up, the 10 greatest Ozzy Osbourne tunes of all times. And a couple of emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
American Military University honors your service with savings. Special rates and grants are available for military service members, veterans, and their families. Learn more at amu.apus.edu/military.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today. Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Host a local event and give kids in your community a chance to compete in the Pitch, Hit, and Run finals at the 2024 MLB World Series. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you're filling baskets at farmers markets or growing your own food, why not fill your pantry too? From Azure Standard, the name you trust for clean, quality food, comes Azure Canning Company. Our durable, mom-tested jars come in multiple sizes and are made to preserve the fresh, local flavors you love without the shortcuts big brands take. From jam to pickles to summer tomatoes, we'll help you do it right. Visit AzureCanning.com and use code CAN15 to save on your first order over $100.
Hey, it's Scott from Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. I wanted to let you in on a secret. When the other stores offer huge discounts, it's because they've already jacked up their prices. We've been offering mattresses from top brands at low prices every day for, almost 30 years now. And we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you're looking for a great mattress at a fair price, come down and see us on the corner of 10th and Mackenzie in Fairhaven.
All right, coming up in minutes, the 10 greatest Ozzy Osbourne tunes of all times with Sit and Spin. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com. Couple from our question today, inspired by Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away at the age of 76. Work, hobby, or personal, who inspired you to do what you do? Guys, needless to say, been a rough day. I grew up with my mom blasting Ozzy on her way to drop me off at preschool. My dad doing the same as he'd pick me up for visitation. Gonna miss the hell out of him, but I hope he and Lemmy kicking it together wherever they are. As for who inspired me, I write in my free time. I even have a couple of short stories published. My inspiration for my writing was Hunter S. Thompson, or Dr. Gonzo, amazing journalist and man larger than life from beginning to end. I learned that when I couldn't find my writing niche after I graduated high school, that he would rewrite The Great Gatsby and A Farewell to Arms front to back. So I decided to give this a shot, writing Frankenstein and The Underground Man front to back. And while it wasn't a magical solution, it did help me develop the flow and style that I use in my stories to this day.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
R.I.P. to a true legend. That from Nathan. One more on the inspiration. Guys, Ozzy and Sabbath's music has been a staple in my home forever, and our family is saddened by the news of Ozzy, true legend. Thanks, guys, for honoring him today. Person who influenced me greatly in my career was my resource teacher that I had in 4th grade, Mrs. Thatcher. She was a sweet woman who noticed me when I thought no one cared. I was being bullied by my teacher and classmates about my struggles in math. It had gotten to the point where I would do anything to avoid going to class. That's my world. She discovered I had undiagnosed dyslexia when it comes to math.
Yeah.
Working with me daily to give me the tools to help me overcome my struggles and academics. Ms. Thatcher's love and support is what guided me to become a teacher myself.
Damn.
I strive to make sure that my students feel valued, supported, and loved every day. I love what I do so much, and I have Mrs. Thatcher to thank for that. Thank you guys for doing what you do. That from Ray Jean and Sheldon. Thank you for the nice email. Okay, time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, today is my 37th birthday, and we'll be on my way to Spokane for the Dropkick Murphys concert as you read this. So, can I get some green beans and something Mike wants to play? Then maybe, let's see here. Bad Jokes, the captain and coach Ted, hyping me up for the concert tonight.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green beans. Green beans. She got a roof to
Damn.
Okay, I'll give you a couple here. Guys, I asked my friend Sam to sing a song about his television.
Oh, yeah?
Then Sam sung. All right, one more for you, Tristan. Guys, I named my girl's boobs.
You named her boobs?
Yeah, I named her boobs.
What'd you name them?
Her left one is called Juan.
All right.
And her right one, I named Jamal. Because if you see Juan, you've seen Jamal.
Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. What else we got here? The captain.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. You wanted some jokes from the El Capitan. Well, I tend to hang out in the cereal world, so here's some cereal jokes for you. What do you call a racist cereal?
A racist cereal.
That's correct. Special KKK. Did you hear about the new breakfast cereal for prostitutes? It doesn't go snap, crackle, or pop. It just lays there and bangs. What is Chris Brown's favorite cereal?
Honey Smacks?
Honey Smacks. You've heard that one before. And then why can't the Minnesota Vikings eat cereal for breakfast?
Because they've never won a Super Bowl.
They choke when they get too close to a bowl. Crunch berries.
What do you say, going to see Dropkick Murphys out in Spokane?
Yeah.
All right. Coach been over there a few times. Number one, Swinging Doors. They serve breakfast for a while. That's my bar. I like hanging out there at night and during the day. Number two, Dropkick Murphys kicks ass, man. You got Shipping Up to Boston, which is my fighting entrance song. You got the Rose Tattoo, Workers song. Have a good night. Remember, keep your hands up. Those crowds get rowdy.
Yeah.
Guys, last minute, but would love to get some dad jokes for Miles for my birthday. Hope you can slip it in, and would love to say see you guys come down to the bar sometime. Holy Moly Bar on 6th in Tacoma. They got the men's room 20th anniversary.
Thank you, Matt.
Or the IPA. So, Matt, happy birthday to you. Although you don't tell us how old you are. So let me see what I got here. Birthday.
He looks terrible. You see him? Real old.
Mm-hmm.
Real old, man.
What do you call a rabbit with fleas?
Rabbit with fleas.
I don't know.
Bugs Bunny. My uncle has 2 Dobermans named Rolex and Timex.
Oh, yeah?
They're watchdogs. And what do you call a woman who loves tiny penises?
A woman who, what?
An angel.
My girlfriend.
An angel.
One of the good ones.
Charles, I want to give a 38th birthday shout out to my best friend and hubby, Tim. Can you get Coke Ted, an original barbershop fish sandwich quartet, and some advice from Captain on dealing with toddler tantrums? Love Brambles, Leo, and Olive.
Tell you what, a lot of times Coke Ted doesn't give real advice. He just gives coked out advice. But I will tell you this one. You got toddlers running around. How do you easy with cocaine, man? Sure, it might seem fine, easy to keep up with the pace with them. That next word is going to be terrible. And unlike you, they're going to be up at sunrise, ready to rock. But I watch Bluey. You ever seen Bluey on Coke? It sucks.
Can I get a fish sandwich? Oh, you know I gotta eat right. Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? You put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. How to deal with tantrums from toddlers? Listen, you already know this horrible truth. Ain't gonna stop. It's what they do. But the El Capitan has a special trick so they don't bother me. You take 2 crunch berries and place 1 in each ear. Crunch berries.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers.
Hey, it's Scott from Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. I wanted to let you in on a secret. When the other stores offer huge discounts, it's because they've already jacked up their prices. We've been offering mattresses from top brands at low prices every day for, almost 30 years now. And we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you're looking for a great mattress at a fair price, come down and see us on the corner of 10th and Mackenzie in Fairhaven.
Too fast, Trevor, too fast!
Here at the Zebra, research shows people would rather teach their kids to drive than search for auto and home insurance.
I know what I'm doing, Mom.
Or attend a corporate team building workshop.
Go team, feel that synergy.
Or be regaled by Uncle Frank's conspiracy theories.
They're listening to us right now.
That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. We do the searching, you do the saving.
Shh, they're here.
Looking for a dealership that truly cares about you? Discover the difference at Toyota of Bellingham. Here, we prioritize on providing a world-class experience, not just making a sale. Toyota of Bellingham's mission? To build lasting relationships and be your go-to for all things automotive, sales, service, and parts. With a stellar 4.6 Google rating and being voted the best dealership in 3 counties for 4 consecutive years, we're dedicated to excellence. Toyota of Bellingham, where customer satisfaction drives us. Visit our showroom today or check us out online at toyotaofbellingham.com.
Shrine.
All right, Kelly, it's 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is maybe working on.
Yes, Miles, my apologies. My headphones got caught as I was getting up here, so I completely got myself thrown off. Thank you, Miles. A new study shows the COVID pandemic aged brains by nearly half a year.
Cool.
About 5.5 months. Even if you didn't get it, it still aged your brain. And I don't think it's about the virus so much as it is about the horrific stress that everybody went through in that amount of time.
You feel 6 months smarter.
No.
Yeah.
No. Well, the other thing, too, is it was tough, man.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, for months, there was no sports. Like, I don't know, most things people will have distractions with sports, going to musical shows, or
anything.
You couldn't do it, right?
Go to
a
the
restaurant.
bar. Go to anything. You don't realize how social of a creature you are until it's all taken away, even if you're not particularly social.
A ton of people couldn't even go into work. You couldn't see your coworkers. You couldn't see your friends. You couldn't see your family. Right. There were people that missed the births of their children. There were people that missed the deaths of their family. It was, go beyond and even further there. It went beyond people that just all of a sudden needed to be able to run a marathon outside.
Right.
You forget just how, especially that March of 2020, just as things one right after the other started closing down. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
yeah,
hey.
I mean, I was telling somebody this weekend, I was like, Cobb and I, as we lived in the same neighborhood at this time, every Saturday, even if it was piss and rain, like, all right, let's just go walk around the streets.
Yeah, something.
Right.
Get out of the house.
Just to see something. Scientists created an AI brain aging clock to identify over 450 anti-aging treatments in mice.
In mice. Well, to be fair, the mice have been demanding that.
I have to say, mice get all the perks these days.
They really do. Oh, you cured cancer in them. Oh, anti-age their brain.
Yeah.
Got these cancer-free, long-living mice now.
Hooray. My buddy used to work at a lab that had all the animals.
Yeah. Right.
He had to give CPR to one of them once.
To a mouse?
To a rat.
Who did it?
DB.
He kissed a rat?
He brought it back to life.
Did he really?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to give breaths anymore, Miles. You're just supposed to do compressions.
He gave compressions to the rat or gave him breaths?
I think he was blowing on his little snout.
So, see, maybe you do blow through the
What do you know
nose.
about rat CPR, Mike?
You know what? That's fair. I was fired as a lifeguard, and I never did rats, so.
Thank God Chuck E. Cheese never went down around you.
Yeah.
I never got to see the good animals, though.
No?
I was like, I know there's bigger ones. He's like, they don't let me unlock those doors.
Yeah, I bet you they don't.
Where's the monkeys?
That was always
That's
my
what
question.
you mean, yes.
Like, I know there's somewhere in here. We're in the deep bowels of Johns Hopkins University, like the Johns Hopkins University. Like, there's somewhere in here. I know it.
I know there's monkeys in here.
Where are the monkeys?
Where they at, man? Scans show the brains of optimists operate similarly.
I would think so, because they share this common trait of being optimistic.
Right. I don't know if it's a chemical thing. I don't know if it's a wiring thing.
I don't know. And I think a lot of it, there's always nature versus nurture.
Of course.
Both obviously come into play, but with people that are just eternal optimists, I think that's more nature.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, just like growing up, as a parent, you do the best you can to keep the world decent for your kids, but it's impossible.
Sure.
Right? But if you're, like my son is a very optimistic person. He just, it's his complaints and all that, but overwhelmingly, the way he frames the world, only good things are going to happen.
There you go.
Although last night, that kid who got attacked by the cougar somewhere here in Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
So,
4-year-old.
That spooked him out a little bit?
No, it wasn't that. I had gone to the bathroom. I walk out. The news was on. And he just had this look on his face. I'm like, what's up, man? He goes, why did they kill the cougar? I said, listen, it's a loaded question. I agree with you. But was it in the kid's house? I go, well, no. He goes, I have no ill will against the kid. But he goes, also, cougar's going to cougar. I said, I know
cougar's going to cougar.
And I said, look, gator's going to gator, bear's going to bear. But I said, if they catch you, they're going to blow your head off.
Right.
Right or wrong, that is how that works.
Kind of a general rule of how we do things.
Yeah, and
he just screw with us.
He just didn't get it. And I'm like, I honestly don't know how to explain this.
Yeah. We're the top dog.
Yeah.
We eliminate anybody who tries to be the top dog.
That's how we operate.
That's how
that
we
was
do.
a very popular trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a...
but still.
No, you're right. I'm just like...
You're right with all that, but he's like, yeah, but that's where it lives, man. I'm like, buddy, I know. I know.
There's a heat dome that's about to run over the South. You guys remember that heat dome that we had a few years
ago?
back? That sucked.
It sucked because it doesn't move anywhere.
And now it's going through the South, which is already hot. And humid.
They said there's 17 or 18 states where you're not forbidding people from doing it, but you're highly recommending they do not consume alcohol.
That bad.
They just said, look, man, because, it dehydrates you and all this. I said, it's going to be hot enough in these places. You can have 1 or 2 beers, but they're like, if you plan on throwing down with the boys this weekend or something, they're like, seriously, man, like, don't. Just for your health. We're not telling you not to drink. We're telling you. And even the beverage companies are like, you can skip us for the next couple of days.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just spend the next few days getting through the next few days.
Well, I guess if you're going to drink, be indoors. That's more of the thing. That's all. We're not saying don't drink. Do not drink.
And drink a lot of water in between.
And drink a lot of water, yeah.
China has developed an EV automobile that's beating out luxury brands like Porsche and Mercedes.
It's been around for a hot minute. We're just hearing about it now. It's a former Ford guy.
Oh, no, he's not former.
Yeah. Oh, is it the current guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, we cannot let this car in the market. We will go out of business.
No
kidding.
With your EVs. Yeah,
I've been driving one for 6 months. I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah, they gave it to him to test for a minute, and he was like, not giving it back.
Take this off my dead body, kind of thing. I'm not giving this car up. It's awesome.
What is it about it? Is it just...
It's basically just completely connected to you. So when you get in that car, all right, as far as, your maps, your emails, your phone, everything just connects to you.
No kidding.
So your radio stations, your seat position, your version of whatever you want on the screen.
But also, more importantly, it gets a better range, right?
It's just the EV.
I don't remember the company.
There's 2.
But there's 2. This particular one, so whatever our best charge is here, maybe 350 miles or something like that. It dominates it by like almost 200 miles.
No.
Right, so just the efficiency of it.
We're not allowed to get these.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they're like new.
We've got to create some sort of a model of it, though.
Oh, guarantee. He's probably having the reverse engineering now.
He says we're well over a decade behind the competition.
No way.
Yes. But
is it like an app on your phone? Like, how does it know that it's you?
I don't know.
I don't know the technology. That's what I'm saying. Like,
just scan your face at the door.
He's the guy that says they're 10 years ahead. And he is the guy that's, 20 years ahead of my knowledge.
Right.
So I don't. How the hell would you know?
There's a new scrubbing robot in development that could contribute to the automation of household chores. Yay!
Oh, all right.
I mean, there's the Roomba, which some people have.
Sure.
I don't mind doing the chore. I don't love doing them, but I will say on the weekends, I find it's a good way to clear your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I just roll out of bed and start doing it. And by the time you're done, you've cleared your mind, you kind of set up your day, and it's maybe 11 in the morning. I've got nothing left to do, no chores to do.
Mm-hmm. I like this one. There's a new study on the effects of background music for employees at work, basically saying, like, the repetitive music, the crummy music that they are forced to listen to in the background. If you're working in some sort of a retail, like I would be willing to bet, my sister is one of these people that if you work at a retail store, especially in a mall, any love that you ever had for like Christmas music is completely burned out.
Oh yeah, correct. Because they got to start listening to it in November,
right?
And it's all day.
Stop.
The entire time you're at work, you have to listen to this.
It's like a store I very much enjoy. They're celebrating like their 60th anniversary or something.
All right.
So they've changed their music back to what it was when they first started. It's even for me, I go in there enough. I'm like, all right, we can update this playlist again.
Let's bring it forward again. Yeah,
I was just getting to the age where the stores play the songs I like.
I know. You go to the grocery store, and I'm like, that is Guns N' Roses.
Right.
The controversy is over. That is Welcome to the Jungle.
Well, they start playing bangers in here.
Right.
It's like, oh, dude, you got old.
I know, right.
It was announced that the Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne, passed earlier this morning, and I decided that I was going to change up my men's room top 10 to reflect that. And we already did the 10 best songs according to us here at KISW here for Sit and Spin. So where am I going to go with this instead? He wasn't just a singer.
Uh-oh.
Got it, Mike. That was a perfect setup, and then you didn't have the damn pot up.
The men's room top 10. The men's room top 10.
The 10 best Ozzy Osbourne movie and TV appearances. He got the nickname Ozzy as a kid, and it's stuck forever. I got a nickname as a kid as well. In fact, I got a few. dill pickle, dill weed, and my favorite, dildo. Children, here's to the Prince of Darkness. May he forever haunt our souls and ears with his legacy.
My bad, Ted. I did not realize that.
That's all right.
This would be better suited for TV time. So I will hijack it. So these are the 10 best Ozzy Osbourne cameos in movies and TV.
All right.
Starts with the Jerky Boys. Anybody see that movie from 1995?
I did not see the movie.
Now I just remember them being pretty entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, so this was they were a prank phone call team, and this was their official movie. After a couple of comedy albums, they made a movie appropriately titled The Jerky Boys the Movie. Ozzy Osbourne makes an appearance as the manager for the band, Helmet. Yeah. Which, you know.
So is it just based on the character? I don't remember the movie. Was that based on the characters they were doing on their albums beforehand?
I don't know.
I believe
okay.
so.
They just put them
I'm
in real life
positive.
situations. I might have to check that out.
Steve, you're probably the closest one to be able to say. Did the kids ever make you watch Romeo and Juliet?
No, I know the name, but I never had to watch it.
Thank God. It says 2 things that you might not think about when it comes to the Godfather of Metal are animated deer and Shakespeare. However, those worlds collided in Romeo and Juliet. The animated reimagining of Romeo and Juliet. Ozzy Osbourne voices Fawn, the miniature deer statue, and the best friend of Tybalt. Fitting character.
And he was the voice of which one?
He was the there's a deer.
Okay.
It's named Fawn. It's a miniature deer statue.
I wonder how that happens. Like, all right, man, we got these kids. You know who should voice the deer, man, is Ozzy Osbourne. Like, yeah, give him a call.
Why not? Bring him in. Hey, who has seen the horror comedy from 1986, Trick or Treat?
That's the one I was talking
That's
about.
the one
in
you were
the
talking about in The Office.
It
Yeah,
is
I
a
found it.
horrible movie, but a lot of it, there were 2 reasons any of us wanted to go see it. I don't know, I'm 16, 17 years old, whatever. So it's a horror movie, but Gene Simmons played a radio DJ.
All right.
And to his credit, he's only in there briefly, but did a pretty good job. And Ozzy Osbourne, of all things, played a priest who's on TV bitching about the evils of metal music.
A TV evangelist. That's evangelist. That
and
is
then
correct.
he was killed.
Oh, no.
And the place went crazy, yeah.
The top 10 Ozzy Osbourne TV and movie cameos. I'm a big fan of this these days, but he also did show up on WWE Raw.
That makes sense.
He's made a few stops in the world of professional wrestling. They say even becoming a celebrity inductee into the Hall of Fame in 2021. He's also one of several celebrities who have appeared in WrestleMania, managing the British Bulldogs as they secured the World Tag Team Championships at the 1986 pay-per-view event. In November of 2009, he and his wife Sharon served as guest hosts on WWE Raw, where they did a spin on Sharon's gig as judge on America's Got Talent and turned the ring into a judge's table for Raw's Got Talent.
Raw's Got Talent.
Raw's Got Talent. He just kind of fits. He's just that campy.
That makes sense.
And
yeah.
it would just fit.
I don't know that you could like wrestling that much and not like Ozzy Osbourne.
Absolutely.
They just seem like, you're right, they seem like they go hand in hand.
They really do. And
Yeah.
the number of characters that Ozzy would fit with, you got the Undertakers of the world that
Almost
are in
any
there,
of them,
Kane
right.
and all them. Like, he fits. Any CSI fans? Crime Scene Investigation.
You see on the occasional episode.
They say Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath premiered the second single off of their reunion album 13 during an episode of CSI. In season 13, episode Skin in the Game is what it's called. Ted Danson's character attended a Black Sabbath concert while investigating a string of murders. On the stage, the band sings End of the Beginning before the singer sits down with one of the suspects for an interview. The interviewer mentions that they've spoken before back in 1986, to which Ozzy hilariously replies, he doesn't remember.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Not just the conversation, but the entirety of 1986.
No, I mean the year. I don't remember.
Steve, what is one of the least favorite movies that your children have made you watch? It's a musical. It's got
Trolls.
Justin Timberlake. Yes, right.
Yep.
And Ozzy Osbourne showed up in Trolls World Tour.
Okay, I was going to say, look, man, I sat through that freaking movie at the theater, have seen it 2 or 3 more times at home. I recalled no Ozzy, so he wasn't in the one I saw.
No,
he's just in the franchise.
When they brought the rock chick in there. Like, I remember.
I bailed out before that.
Did you? Okay. I remember when the trailer for that one came out, they did play the riff of Crazy Train on there. However, it says the sequel to DreamWorks' animated hit Trolls highlighted a number of different genres of music. Let's see here. Ozzy Osbourne, the Black Sabbath frontman, voiced King Thrash, the retired king of hard rock, with the effects of his wild rock star lifestyle made evident through Osbourne's signature nonsensical mumbling. Yeah, I don't think he had a legit line.
I was like, did they give him a script or just say, man?
Just
be you.
Okay.
The movie Private Parts. Did anybody see that one? Anybody see that one in 1997?
Yeah.
Howard
My
Stern's-
brother had the book, too.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh, it had pictures in it, Mike.
Oh,
It did.
God.
Yes.
I stole that book a lot.
It's called Private Parts. I'm scared.
There was just pictures of him in the studio. There was TNA in it.
All right.
A lot.
Howard Stern's autobiographical film Private Parts features a number of celebrity cameos, and while Ozzy Osbourne only uttered a single sentence in the film, what a jerk, it remains one of 97 Flick's most quoted lines. That's not the line in its entirety.
If you haven't seen the movie, there, Mike?
No, I've not.
Private Part, it's worth watching.
Okay.
There's a guy we used to work with that we nicknamed Pig Vomit. If you watch the movie, you'll understand everything about it. You have since met this guy.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, that guy Josh. They're down a bit. Yeah, he was our Pig Vomit.
All right.
Literally, his job was to try to keep us in line.
Nice.
He did nothing else except that.
The best TV and movie cameos of Ozzy Osbourne. This was actually my first introduction of ever seeing Ozzy in my life. Came in 2002 in a movie called Austin Powers in Golden.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Boobs. These filmmakers are a bunch of boobs.
I think I saw that in theaters.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Good flick, man. I enjoyed it. If you haven't, check it out. It's great. Number 2 on the list, they put just straight up the Osbournes, which I wouldn't. This was more of a movie or TV appearance.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was.
But when it's your show, you can't call it an appearance.
Well, he appeared when he appeared.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the first big reality TV shows just around a family I remember, too.
And it made sense because, like I said, the persona of Ozzy Osbourne was so much different than what people finally got the chance to see, which is like an old man lost in his own house.
Right.
Dealing with ungrateful kids, the whole nine.
It's still chaotic, just not in the original Ozzy Osbourne chaos that you were used to. It still fits him. However, it's a different shade, if you will, different font.
It made me feel like that's why he goes on tour. Right, honestly, to get
That's
away
why the hell
from
he
this.
gets out of there.
And there were so many little dogs and stuff. Like, it was a whole thing.
I believe it. I believe it. And I'll leave you with this final, what they call the best Ozzy Osbourne movie and or TV cameo from 2000, the Adam Sandler movie, Little Nicky.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Boasts a pretty impressive catalog of projects that span multiple genres, but the 2000 action comedy Little Nicky is not considered one of his greatest. It still has developed a cult following over the years for its ridiculous, devilish story and a bevy of celebrity cameos. One of the famous faces to make an appearance is Ozzy Osbourne himself, who Nicky summons after his brother Adrian transforms into a bat. And you can guess where it goes from there.
Yes.
Played on that a lot, they did. I've got a handful more headlines coming up for you at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Big time it is. And as usual, we head to the drink test and Steve a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast, that's right, you guessed it, Ozzy Osbourne. Died earlier today at the age of 76. Keep in mind, today is July 22nd. His last performance only 17 days ago. And it wasn't his last performance because he died today. That was scheduled to be his final performance ever. And if any of you were lucky enough to be there, good for you. Ryan Castle was there. And the one thing that he keeps lamenting all day is, I am so glad that I was there. It's one thing to know you're going to see your final performance. It's another thing when it becomes this final. And he's like, man, it's the best. Basically, his wife gave him the go-ahead. It's the nicest thing she's probably done for him since they've been together. And he just played that show on July 5th at Villa Park in Birmingham, England. But what am I going to tell you about Ozzy Osbourne that you already don't know, right? We live in an age of kind of dime a dozen celebrities, nothing against them, but one of the last true originals is lost. And I'll stand by that. I will die on that hill. Like, look, man, you ain't going to find a whole lot of people like Ozzy. Like I said, you can find a controversial figure, but typically that's because of something they've said, something that you overheard that they said, something that you caught on video. Ozzy was controversial because people just didn't know how to deal with him. And he never changed anything about himself to appease anyone. And oddly enough, that's why he had a massive appeal at the end. Right? That was the whole thing. I am who I am, and I ain't a bad guy. I just freak you out because I do things like bite the heads off of bats and do a lot of drugs, you know? But in the end, you go like, it's a cool dude. 115 million copies of just his solo career record sold. I mean, you do the math, brother. That ain't happening again in our lifetime. So to Ozzy, man, We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Whether you're a veteran or related to a veteran, service deserves recognition. At American Military University, we offer a veteran grant of 10% off undergraduate tuition and 15% off master's tuition. And here's the best part. Parents, spouses, legal partners, siblings, and dependents are all eligible too. American Military University, honoring service with savings. Learn more at amu.apus.edu/military.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Whether your next summer adventure is a night under the stars or a trip to catch a game, get in on the summer savings on a new Subaru at Kendall Subaru of Marysville. Get low 1.9% APR for 72 months on a new all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Outback Premium, or lease an all-new redesigned all-wheel drive 2025 Subaru Forester at just $359 per month for 36 months with $359 cash or trade equity due at signing. Your adventures are waiting, and so are the savings. Stop by Kendall Subaru of Marysville today. Kendall, let's start something great.
VIN number SH539527, model code SFBA1, MSRP of $32,162, $14.75 per $1,000 borrowed, $0 down payment based on 10,000 miles per year with 15 cent fee per mile in excess. Lease in fee of $350. See lease posting at Kendall Subaru of Marysville or call 360-287-4860 for more details. $0 security deposit, all financing and approved credit. Prices listed do not include taxes, title, or license. A negotiable documentary service fee of up to $200 may be added to the sale price of the vehicle. Subject to prior sales, see dealer for details. Offer expires 7/31/25.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us. So we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
American Military University can help transform military skills into academic success. With special rates and grants available to you and your family, your mission continues here. Visit amu.apus.edu/military.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone on Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Bruce. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Bruce, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, today you have your choice of one of three categories, and today we offer you Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess. And finally, Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence.
Well, yeah, we'll do the last one, the petty conflict thing.
And just as a warning, our very own Mike Hawk will have the story later in headlines. Yeah. We go to McDonald's, where a manager and a teen employee's mother are both facing felony charges after a dispute led to a shooting inside of the Belleville, Indiana restaurant. According to the police there, they announced that manager Kathy Bledsoe was charged with aggravated unlawful use as a weapon, and Synika McKenzie was charged with aggravated battery and mob action. Because she talked like this the whole time. Now,
I need sweet and sour.
I will ask you one more time. Now, according to police, Bledsoe, who's the manager, told a teenage employee to clock out and go home after the girl refused to do part of her job. Now, the girl told her mother, who's Mackenzie, who then came to the restaurant with another teen girl to confront the manager. Well, an argument ensued in the lobby, and then Mackenzie and her daughter went behind the front counter and walked to the office area. Mackenzie hit Bledsoe in the face and head, while Bledsoe pulled out a gun and fired one shot, striking Mackenzie in the leg. Now, Bledsoe was taken into custody at the restaurant. Mackenzie was taken to the hospital for treatment. Now, a local McDonald's owner, I'm not even going to read their statement, blah, blah, blah. They say all the right things.
Right. They don't condone it.
We don't condone shooting each other inside of our restaurants.
Yeah. We got you, McDonald's.
We understand. I know you got to say it, but we know. The question is, why was the employee sent home in the first place? What led to all this violence? Is it that she would not take out the trash? Is it that she would not work the front counter? Did she refuse to clean a bathroom, or did she refuse to serve a specific customer? So wouldn't take out the trash, would not work at the front counter, refused to clean a bathroom, or refused to serve a customer.
Dang. Well, that's a tough one. You know, as a former Burger King employee who got fired for getting my manager high at work.
I can respect that.
Let's see. Yeah, I got him high and then he fired me.
What? He's the one who fired you?
Yeah. He said it was for my best interest, apparently. But,
yeah, okay.
Anyway.
It sounds like he got caught and you took the fall.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say that she refused to serve a certain customer.
Okay. I'm going to go, Ted, with clean the bathroom.
I'm with you, dude, but just to be a little bit different, I'll say she didn't want to take out the trash.
Take out the trash. All right. Okay.
Maybe she could have called Pinky's for the bathroom thing.
Well, you would hope so.
Well played.
Okay. They fix them. You don't need to hire them to clean them. But if you got a problem, something stinky, call Pinky.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the options again. They were not taking out the trash.
Correct.
Refusing to clean a bathroom. Refusing to serve a customer. Or refusing to work
the front counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your results are coming up next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men.
I'm gonna put you on, nephew.
I don't.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Miss, I've been hitting up McDonald's for years. Now it's back. We need snack wraps.
What's a snack wrap?
It's the return of something great.
Snack wrap is back.
Whether you're a veteran or related to a veteran, service deserves recognition. At American Military University, we offer a veteran grant of 10% off undergraduate tuition and 15% off master's tuition. And here's the best part. Parents, spouses, legal partners, siblings, and dependents are all eligible too. American Military University, honoring service with savings. Learn more at amu.apus.edu/military.
If you're filling baskets at farmers markets or growing your own food, why not fill your pantry too? From Azure Standard, the name you trust for clean, quality food, comes Azure Canning Company. Our durable, mom-tested jars come in multiple sizes and are made to preserve the fresh, local flavors you love without the shortcuts big brands take. From jam to pickles to summer tomatoes, we'll help you do it right. Visit AzureCanning.com and use code CAN15 to save on your first order over $100.
Category is a seriously on profile. This we got a McDonald's manager who ended up shooting her employee's mom after an argument at a McDonald's. The manager sent the employee home for the day.
Yes.
Later on, the employee's mother and another teenage person came back to the McDonald's upset about her daughter being sent home. Now, the question is, why was she sent home by the manager, who then in the midst of a fight, took out a gun and shot the mom in the leg? Was it because she refused to take out the trash? She refused to work the front counter, refused to clean a bathroom, or refused to serve a certain customer?
And Bruce, that is the question that we posed to you. And you're a BK alumnus, as you said, fired for getting your manager high, and then fired by that manager for getting them high. I love that. All right. Let's start with Miles Montgomery. You went with what to me would be the top, which is clean the bathroom.
I just figured, man, you blew it up. That's not on me.
I'm not feeling it. However, that is not the reason. Bruce, you went with she wouldn't serve a specific customer. No, it was not that. Ted Smith, you agreed with Miles, but as you said, to be different, you said because she wouldn't take out the trash.
Yeah, okay.
You are correct.
There you go.
That's it. Jesus. It's part of your, like the bathroom, like I said, it should not end with gunfire, but I understand maybe refusing to clean a bathroom that you aren't responsible for what happened in there. But the trash, that's part of the gig. I mean, that's just part of it.
Good times.
And all the manager did was, hey, look, man, I could fire you instead. Just go home, right? Let cooler heads prevail.
Correct.
But instead, somebody got shot. God, yeah.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with T.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today got the Jimmies,
Donna Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Writers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Sad entertainment news is CBS has decided to cancel The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Not only that, but they're getting rid of Late Show completely. But don't worry, as it'll be replaced with yet another version of NCIS.
Ted Smith.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late night. CSI late night.
Something.
Yeah.
Just do cops.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's talking about the CBS decision to cancel The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and many people are now threatening to boycott the network. CBS could lose millions of viewers, plus tens of hundreds watching on Paramount Plus.
It's like Kimmel.
Fallon?
Everybody is talking about CBS's decision to end The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and many people are now threatening to boycott the network. Yep, CBS could lose millions of viewers plus tens of hundreds watching on Paramount Plus.
Am I wrong in saying that's kind of a bold joke by Fallon?
Well, it's okay. I mean, look, here's the thing. So, and Colbert even said, he goes, look, CBS has been a great partnership. This is not from them. This is from Paramount.
Right.
So,
and wasn't that streaming service like one of the lowest performers to where even the people that were running the service were like, shut this thing down. You are hemorrhaging money with this service.
They just spent $1.5 billion.
Yeah. Well, and all the late night guys are pissed. Because now everybody's like, oh, they're coming for all your shows. It's like, if you just get rid of a whole genre of stuff, like,
right,
they're going to be pissed. The FDD. Federal Department of the FDA has recalled more than 67,000 cases of Power Stick deodorant for not meeting quality standards. People are like, wait, I use Power Stick. And their friends are like, oh, we know.
Seth?
Jimmy Fallon.
Well, get this. The FDA has recalled more than 67,000 cases of Power Stick deodorant for not meeting quality standards. Yeah, people are like, wait, I use Power Stick. And their friends are like, oh, we know.
Southwest Airlines today revealed its new process for boarding planes, which will include 8 groups based on seat selection, frequent flyer status, and credit card membership, while Spirit will continue to use the Octagon.
Seth. Fallon.
That's Seth.
Southwest Airlines today revealed its new plan for boarding planes, which will include 8 groups based on seat selection, frequent flyer status, and credit card membership, while Spirit will continue using the Octagon.
Today in L.A., Elon Musk opened his new Tesla drive-in diner. Fryer grease, gas stoves, and exploding cars. What could possibly go wrong?
Kimmel. Writers.
Fallon.
Hey, I heard that today in L.A., Elon Musk opened his new Tesla drive-in diner. Yep, fryer grease, gas stoves, and exploding cars. What could possibly go wrong?
So obviously we're talking about Ozzy Osbourne, passed away today.
Yeah.
Mike brought up some of the TV shows. So let's bring up a little bit. I Like Sports. He was on TV, and he had some obvious allegiances. Now, the first one with Ozzy Osbourne is pretty darn simple. He's from Birmingham, England. He's an Aston Villa fan.
Okay.
If you know anything about Birmingham, there's Birmingham City, but they kind of go up and down the Premier League. But Villa is traditionally a massive club, massive following. So obviously, you know, that's where they literally had the last show. It was like their football grounds.
Yep.
So you get that one. But the other two I found kind of interesting is he kind of has a thing with the Patriots because they have a long-standing tradition of Crazy Train playing at their games. He even performed at a home opener in 2005.
I think once you adopt those songs, it's like Metallica and Virginia Tech.
But are they like the first one? Because there's not a sporting event I've been to where you don't play Crazy Train. Are the Patriots kind of the tip of the spear?
But I'm with Miles. It's a lot like Virginia Tech. Like a lot of places will play Inner Sandman. But if you know college
when you
sports,
use it, I guess.
Right. But if you know college sports, you know, like everybody else uses it. But like for Virginia Tech, I mean, that opening gives you chills. That's why Metallica just a couple months ago went and played in Blacksburg finally. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because some of these people don't really love it at first. Right. What is his name? White guy. They were kind of a rap group. Then he went out on his own. Jump Around.
Chris
Cross?
No.
House of Pain.
House of Pain. What was the guy's name, though? We interviewed him, right?
Correct.
What It's Like, we play his tune. Everlast. Thank you.
And I asked him about it, and this was years ago, and he was the same way, because University of Wisconsin, in between the third and fourth quarter, they play Jump Around. And same thing. He was like, at first, like, I didn't really like it, because it's like, are you just making fun of it, and this and that? And there's a whole story behind it of a guy that's hurt on the team and his buddy are at a bar one night trying to come up with some new tradition.
Okay.
And somebody just plays Jump Around, and they're like, we should use this.
Okay.
So that's where it's like, Jump Around gets played at other stadiums, but it kind of belongs to them. I think for the Patriots, they really are. Crazy Train is like they're zoned in on.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Baltimore Orioles, we obviously know a little bit about them. They do. Thank God I'm a country boy for the seventh inning stretch from John.
Because if you go to Baltimore, you think, man, I am in
Thank God I'm a
God's country.
They play it. They played it for years. I don't know what the deal is in this. Man, I know this is going to sound a little weird. I miss the Verve's Bittersweet Symphony when the Seahawks come out. And I know that was like 4 years, 5 years they did it, but it was just this cool build up when they came out of the tunnel. And I mean, the place kind of just, I mean, it's not the biggest, banger of a song, but it seemed to work.
It did. But I think a lot of people were seeing it happy to go. I'm with you, Miles. It's a tough one. I like both. Now, the last sports thing he has is with the St. Louis Blues.
I'm not tracking on this one either, man.
This one's a little bit deeper. But in 1984, he got arrested in Memphis for public intoxication. And in the mugshot, he's wearing a Blues jersey.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like so the Blues kind of adopted him like, I got arrested in one of our jerseys.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah. I would also say, just for the record, because Mike and I are big fans of Luke Combs and stuff. He catches heat because he's from North Carolina. But like, look, when these guys tour stadiums, right, like, they're going to put on the gear,
of course,
of the place they are. It doesn't mean they're not fans of their own teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, that's what you do. I mean, what's his name? Danny Carey from Tool, the drummer.
Notorious.
Right. He has some of the greatest collections of jerseys you'll ever see. Now, I think he might be an LA guy or something, but when he comes up here, he's in a Sonics jersey.
Yep.
Or he's in like a Husky jersey or a Seahawks jersey.
If it were
That's
me,
very cool.
There'd only be three, a massive 180-date world tour where anybody's crap unless I'm in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, or Cleveland. Like, sorry, just can't do it.
I would have a hard time wearing Niners or Cowboys anything.
Right.
Would you go for the baseball team instead of the football team?
I could do that.
Okay.
I
So
could
you
do
get
that.
like a Guardians
I could do Guardians.
jersey.
I could do Penguins.
Yeah.
Look, I got no
You could
beef
do a
with them.
pirate hat. They're badass. That's one of the best
They
hats
are
in
cool.
baseball.
There you go.
Right, they're in another league from the O's. So it's
Exactly.
like, you know what? That's cool.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Ted, I don't know how to help you out with like Manchester and whatnot, man. When you go with the national.
I just when I'm playing
Shirtless.
in stadiums and stuff, I just wouldn't wear a Tottenham one.
Ted's always shirtless in Manchester.
Well, I saw him in North London.
Right.
Like one night he was wearing an Arsenal shirt, and the next night he just was shirtless.
Won't do it.
Which is kind of wild. Also, real quick, I sort of I found this earlier today. It's kind of interesting. We were talking about the legend that Ozzy is.
Yeah.
But it's cool to hear a legend get kind of, in our interview, he talks about meeting Paul McCartney. But this was the first time they met.
Was you the bass guy? Oh, God, no, you're not letting
That's
him in.
McCartney.
Oh, bloody hell. Hello, darling. How you doing? All right, lovely, yeah. Great. It's great to meet you, man. It's been a lifetime ambition of mine. You guys made me start music, you know. After the burglary? Yeah, after the burglary. I love that story, man, with the gloves with no fingers. Yeah, that's typical me, that is. Come on, let's have a quick Peggy. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Hey, listen, you ever see that early stuff of the Beatles? Which one? The Maisels. Well, I've got absolutely everything. Okay. Meet Albert Maisels. Oh, really? Hey, man! That's Al. He shot it. Are you ready for me? Okay. I'll see you, babe.
It's wild, too, because I know a lot of people that probably love hard rock that might hate on the Beatles. It's like, well, don't forget, Ozzy looked up to them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To hear Ozzy being awestruck by meeting someone, you're like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Cool.
Headlines are coming up. Thank you, Ted. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Someone ate a $9 million banana again at a museum in France. Meanwhile, somewhat shocking that a man riding a lawnmower on a toll road couldn't keep his stance. He was hammered. Thailand Zoo actually thinks they could wrangle a hippo on the loose. California residents are upset with pet pigs and their lawn abuse. And a McDonald's manager shoots an employee's mom in the leg. It's time for a headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story tonight. It doesn't feel right to do any other story than the top story. If you haven't heard the news by now, let me be the bearer of bad news that the legend himself, Ozzy Osbourne, has passed away earlier this morning at the age of 76. We've been celebrating him all day long. We are playing wall-to-wall Ozzy Osbourne. Yep. Jolene is going to play wall-to-wall Ozzy Osbourne.
And probably give you some deeper information that no normal person would know.
No.
I mean, seriously, dude, she is deep in that well.
I love it. So obviously the rock and metal community is absolutely shattered today, especially with his heart-wrenching performance over there in England that our own Ryan Castle went to. It was a wonderful, wonderful farewell, and he left us earlier today. So that is our top story. Another news to the it's kind of hard to make this transition, so I'm just going to do it. More from the bastion of good times known as Florida. Please got a call.
All right, got there.
And we flipped the script. Please got a call about an erratic driver on a busy toll road. They arrived on the scene, and it didn't take long to find their man because he was driving a lawnmower. It's one of those zero-turn radius ones, too.
Oh, really? It's like a golf course.
Oh, yeah, it was a really good one, dude. They got the man to pull over and conducted the stop, noting the man's small pupils, flushed skin, and visible irritation on the inside of his nose. Probably just a hay fever.
Yeah.
He was also noted as having a small straw in the back of his pocket, as well as repeatedly clearing his throat, spitting, and sniffing during the stop. While he did refuse to perform a field sobriety test, can't imagine why. He was arrested on a DUI charge. That's the one that gets me. So what's the point of the field sobriety test if I can deny it and they can still just arrest me?
Because you still have to do the test.
Right.
I mean, that's all. Like, we know you're hammered. We just need the proof.
Right.
Well, if you're drunk enough, they can just draw your blood.
Right.
But also, you can refuse it, but then you got to go to court and argue with the cop who could say, well, he smelled of alcohol, this and that.
Couldn't keep his balance, slurred his speech, et cetera, et cetera.
Driving a lawnmower on the toll road.
Right. However,
that in particular.
If there's cocaine in your blood,
yeah,
kind of hard to walk away from that one.
But I wasn't drunk.
Wild story out of Illinois where mothers...
Does it say cars only? Says toll road.
The toll road.
I paid the toll.
Paid it. Wild story out of Illinois where mothers will always come to the rescue at any cost. We not toasted, but she was part of a profile this today.
Definitely did not toast her.
No, we did not. The situation started when the manager of a local McDonald's sent an employee home after she refused to take out the garbage in the restaurant. Again, we said it. It's your job.
It's part of it, man. If you work in a restaurant, and it doesn't matter what you're doing in the restaurant, but especially fast food, it's kind of all hands on deck all the time.
Right. There are parts of this job that I absolutely love that I don't like. That why they pay me to do it. Because I get to do the things that nobody else wants to do.
But you do take out the trash with regularity, and we appreciate that.
Good. I try to keep that bag clean. You know, Miles is, the smells offend him, so we need to keep it clean.
It's always Miles.
Let's see here. Clearly, Clearly, she went home and complained about the situation to her mother because it was her mom that stormed down to the branch to confront the manager. The pair got into a verbal altercation about the disciplinary action that eventually led to the employee and her mother walking to the back to the manager's office, where the mother assaulted the manager, hitting her in the face and head multiple times. And that's when the manager had had enough. She procured a gun that she had in her possession and fired off a couple shots, hitting the mother in the leg. That's when police were called and arrived on the scene to arrest the manager while the mother was taken to the hospital. The mother's not been arrested yet, but I can't imagine she's going to evade that for very long.
I will say that me and that mother are very different parenting styles. If my kid came home, I got to send home early. Why? I didn't take out the trash. Are you supposed to take out the trash? Yeah.
Right.
That's on you. You will apologize when you go to work tomorrow.
Why did you not take out the trash?
Yeah. Do your damn job.
What's wrong with you, man?
Unfortunately, that's like a newer thing I've noticed with some parents. They get mad at school, get mad at their employer. It's like, well, your kid didn't do what they were supposed to do.
And it's not a big deal. Have a quick conversation.
Yeah.
Trust me, it is much easier to take care of than you chose to make this situation.
Right. To France, where a work of art has been desecrated. Again, you all may recall the piece from the Italian artist called The Comedian that features a banana duct taped to a wall. Well, somebody ate the banana again.
How's that worth $9 million?
I don't know.
Right? I mean, come on.
Well, beauty's in the eyes of the
Oh,
beholder.
no.
But it's a banana with duct tape.
I'm not saving for retirement. One day I'm going to tape a banana to the wall.
That's right.
Sell it for $9 million.
Isn't that why we're all mad? Is because we didn't do it first?
Yes. Because I wouldn't have believed that it would work.
No!
I mean, I've had ideas for some stupid art, but I'm like, nobody would buy it.
Because the thing is, I'm just going to delete the rest of what I wrote for this story, is that the banana is already the replaceable part of the installation. They replace it frequently for obvious reasons. It's a banana. It is a living thing that is dead, and it is rotting on the wall. So they have to replace it all the damn time. I would think that you would make more money auctioning off the banana that was a part of the installation.
The original one.
For you to eat it as it's going rotten.
Or let it rot, put it in an airtight container.
Yes.
It won't rot anymore, but here it is.
But just in case it starts with a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Over to Thailand, where a local zoo got creative with a safety drill. In order to add a little realism to a drill meant to simulate an animal loose in the zoo, employees dressed up one of their own as a human-sized version of Moo Dang, the baby hippo that recently celebrated her birthday there in the zoo.
Happy birthday, Moo.
The employee ran around in public areas of the zoo and simulated an attack on a crew member, a rampage that left one patron with minor injuries, which, side note, real hippo, that patron in alive. They also simulated Moo Dang being tranquilized before being checked in on by park officials and returned to her pen, which is where the real Moo Dang was going on about her day, unaware of the imposter raging about the park.
Yeah, good luck wrangling in a hippo one day.
Yeah, no kidding.
Good luck.
Dude. No kidding. Men's Room Sports, the Mariners did not have the best showing in their first game against the Milwaukee Brewers, but as Ted said, they are on one hell of a tear as it is, so they're going to be tough to knock down.
That's the best team in baseball right now.
But hopefully they can get it done. You do have the second game of that series over on Root Sports here later on tonight. You've also got some WNBA basketball as the Storm are in action against Dallas here at home over on CW. As far as your weather, going to cool things down here with some mainly clear skies, dropping things down to about 58 tonight, and that'll warm things up for a partly cloudy 82-degree day tomorrow. We're hitting it again, boys. That's it for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins.
Thanks, sure appreciate it. Lovely Jolene's coming up next. Nothing but Ozzy all night tonight.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. In the meantime, well, we be all about this, bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Looking for a dealership that truly cares about you? Discover the difference at Toyota of Bellingham. Here, we prioritize on providing a world-class experience, not just making a sale. Toyota of Bellingham's mission? To build lasting relationships and be your go-to for all things automotive, sales, service, and parts. With a stellar 4.6 Google rating and being voted the best dealership in 3 counties for 4 consecutive years, we're dedicated to excellence. Toyota of Bellingham, where customer satisfaction drives us. Visit our showroom today or check us out online at toyotaofbellingham.com.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Most people would rather remove a nest of irate hornets than search for auto and home insurance. That's why the Zebra searches for you, comparing over 100 insurance companies to find savings no one else can. Compare today at thezebra.com. I think I'll wait inside.